bar. It's crazy. Oh, Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiron from Mialoon, and I'm getting my 2.0!
Lights guide you back to me.
Yippee! TCLE, thank you so much for being a member of the emotes tier for 4 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you! What happened? So for those of you who didn't see me literally scream on Twitter, someone donated $1,300 offline. They donated anonymously, so I don't know who to credit it to besides the fact that they signed it as brrr. But yeah, it's funded. It's not only funded, but it's overshotted as well. And I am so grateful. I didn't know what to think. I was literally in the middle of eating dinner, and then I got an email that was like, oh, you received a notification from PayPal. And I was like, oh, well, that happened earlier, so I guess I should go see what it is. So I went to go check, and then I saw the number, and I was like, I don't think that's right. And I had to check PayPal properly, and I was like, I don't think that's right. And I'm still in shock, but no, I have checked. I have made sure this is a legitimate, donation. This is a legitimate, tipper. Everything's good. I was scared, so I was like, I have to make sure this isn't something that's gonna, you know, backfire on me, but it's very legitimate, and I'm so grateful. If you happen to be watching, if you happen to be lurking, thank you so much. It really means a lot. I also couldn't believe it so hard that even Hitomi didn't believe it, and we had to, like, screen share. I had to, like, screen share and, like, show it to her so that she could look at it and know that it was legitimate, and she was like, oh my god. We were just kind of, like, pointing at it, like, oh my god, look at that. What? Look at that. What? Turned into the cat meme for a second. Literally, I was just like, huh? What? That's crazy. So yeah, thank you. It is thanks to not just that person's kindness, obviously, but to everybody's kindness leading up to this. It's really thanks to you guys that I get to do this now. So I hope you understand just how grateful I am to you. Genuinely. We're still going to stick with all of the streams that I scheduled for the week, because otherwise this would just throw a major wrench in everything. But rather than it being a real, like, negative, well, not negative, but, like, rather than it being a super serious, like, push and, like, grind set mindset, we're just gonna do it for fun now. We're going to celebrate the fact that 2.0 is happening. And so if any other, like, tips come in, that's fine, that's cool, that's chill, but it's no longer, like, a need. I am no longer demanding, I guess is the best way to look at it. Now it's just simple, streaming for, doll hairs, you know? Just casual streaming for doll hairs. After all, this is my primary source of income. But I'm so happy. Also, bills, that's true. It can also go towards bills. 1300 isn't even the Giga Chad move, it's leaving the double 69s. That's true. I don't think they knew. Because, like, at the end of the last stream, we were talking about how there's, like, less than 1K left to go. Unless they did do this on purpose so that there could be a little bit extra. I don't know. How many doll hairs? As many as your little heart desires. At this point, I'm not sweating it anymore. And that's really crazy to say, but it also makes me so happy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was ready to lock in for this week to, like, really try and earn it, and I was also a bit scared. I'm no longer scared that I'm gonna hit it, because we hit it, and that's insane. I still don't really know how to feel about it. Like, I'm looking at the bar, and I'm looking at the alert, and I'm just like, how did that happen? Now we go for a surplus? Yeah, anything we do now is just taking victory laps, you know? It's no longer, like, a need. It's just a, you know. It's not a pipe dream anymore, especially. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit before I can finalize the payment with Spiral, but I have the means to do it now, and I'm really, really happy. It's thanks to you guys that the last thing for 2.0 is going to be taken care of, and now it's just waiting for it to happen. Now it's, like, you know, about a month away. Wow, re-debut, just about a month away. How amazing. Re-debut, just about a month from now. I can't believe it. Wow, I am so excited about this information. Re-debut. Surplus would be helpful because knowing your situation, the chances something else might happen isn't zero. No, don't say that. I know that's coming from a good place, but don't say those things. Don't wish that into existence. I'll be okay. Like I've said, I'm really good with my money, so I'm not really in an emergency situation. I took care of all of my bills beforehand, so I am okay. Like tax coverage, well, not for federal income tax now. That's a tip, baby. That's a tip, baby. Please stop spamming Magikarp. I'm going to time you out. Do better. You can come back in 30 minutes. Stop spamming. Anyway. Speaking things into existence is not cash money. Correct. It is not. But I'm actually kind of waiting on the whole tax thing because I'm not entirely sure if that's true. We were talking about it in the talent chat and everyone was kind of like, well, we can't be completely sure yet. While content creators are technically on the list of creators where that would be potentially covered, it's still only potentially. It hasn't been like fully confirmed to be happening yet. So jury's still out on whether or not that'll actually work. But if it does, that will be really cool. But no, I do still have to worry about my taxes. I literally got a letter in the mail a couple of days ago about my quarterlies. But luckily, the amount I have to pay for my quarterlies this time around isn't nearly as scary as it was the first time they tried to get on my ass about my quarterlies. Need to figure that shit out quick. They need to figure that shit out quick. It's okay, it's nothing to cry over. It was just kind of funny, the timing. I was just like, dang. Even if it does apply, I still need to see what funds count as tipping. Yeah, I think some people were saying that in the documentation it mentions like more so cash tips. So I'm wondering how content creators are going to be covered. I know that's part of the stuff that MatPat is lobbying for in DC now. Because in case you guys don't know, he's now in charge of a lobbyist group that's trying to like a bipartisan lobbyist group that's trying to speak with lawmakers about rights for content creators. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was partially his input that led to content creators and streamers and podcasters to be included potentially in this list of people who receive tips. So I guess that's kind of the stuff that he's been working towards over there. I hope they get enough support to keep things pushed forward. We will see. I mean, the bipartisan support seems to be good, and there's like a few other content creators that are like involved with the actual like group as well. Like it's not just a MatPat / game theory venture. It's like a multiple people venture, multiple creator venture. I am staying cautiously optimistic, but I choose to believe that he is part of why that happened. Well, yeah, so today is tarot reading. If you would like to have a reading done for your future, if you have any questions you would like to ask the cards, I have my deck right here. So if you'd like, feel free to ask a question. Hitomi told me to say that technically this tip that I got would be enough to cover everybody's request, so... She was jokingly like, you should just say that it's on the house because of that big tip. And I was just like, in a way I could. Would be kind of funny. cautious optimism or neutral is my preferred default state. This is true. I am usually a cautious optimist. Mamadachi is so real, always looking out for us all. She's around, paying attention. I'm glad she was there with me when I saw the notification and we both could, like, get excited together. 15, yes. Yes. Blame inflation. Things have truly gotten, like, quite expensive in Onigashima. I would have kept it at 10 for as long as I could, but it had to go up a little. It's also because of PayPal.
An offering. Thank you so much.
AJ, thank you for the $15 tip. Do a reading for your re-debut. Okay. You got it. That's cute. Two small women just kicking and swinging their feet in their chairs, giggling and bouncing. Well, I was the one kicking my feet and giggling. Hitami was the one who was just like, holy crap. What the freak? Tarot tariffs. Inflation affecting even the tarot reading industry. Hey, even a tarot reader's gotta eat. The final tax rule isn't made yet, but digital content creator is directly on the purpose list, which is in public comment period. Yeah. Yeah, I know that it's on the list, but a lot of the wording of the actual, like, proposition kind of seems like it's going to defend people who make, like, IRL tips, less so than digital tips. Because some people were saying that, other people are also saying that it's going to get kind of weird when it comes to counting, like, earnings from, like, memberships and earnings from, like, super chats or whatever, like the things that YouTube already takes cuts of. Or, like, bits on Twitch, which are technically meant to also serve as a form of tip, but it's through Twitch, and they are bits, so it's not necessarily the same thing. So there's a chance that for creators, it's just going to be, like, raw tips. As in donos. It'll be a whole thing. No, not the Mario Inflation Rule 34. I hate this place. Hi, Buno, how's it going? I'm doing really, really good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing amazing. Because 2.0 is actually going to happen when I said that it would. And I'm really excited.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Tofu! Thank you so much for the $15 tip. Can I get a look into a financial situation for a personal trip to Japan later this year? Is that a thing? Yeah, I can look into financial stuff. I got you. And that, Matt, thank you for the $15 tip. General life reading, please, and thank you. Of course. Let me do my re-debut reading first, and then I will get to you two. There's a reason I do this purely through Stream Elements, because I can see the text and I won't lose what your request is. That way I can actually keep track and I can, like, scroll around and make sure that I'm reading all of the messages properly and getting the wording of the questions. I've been doing my bad shuffling this entire time. Tarot can look into anything within reason. Indeed. I can give you, like, a general idea of, like, most topics. I can't really answer a yes or no question. I can just give you, like, a vibe check. I would say that's the one thing I can't really do, is that I can't really give you a yes or no answer. Okay. Time for my re-debut reading. So what's re-debut going to be like? Tell me, cards. Another person is asking on my behalf, so don't sass me. I'm getting caught in the crossfire here, okay? Lay off. Okay. Past. Reverse King of Wands is where we're starting. King of Wands. Reversed. Good but severe. Okay. Austere yet tolerant. I would say that the implication for this is, like, at the beginning of the preparation for debut, things were good, but, like, severe is more so about, like, the intensity. of it all. I do think I was taking it very, very seriously then. When I began, it was like, I really wanted it to be good. Like, when I approached this, I was like, I really hope that the artist that I want says yes. I really hope that it's in an affordable range. I hope that I can earn the money to make it happen. And that was kind of where my head was at. I was taking it very, very seriously. I think my art mama was also taking it very seriously. Because as you guys know, I am their first daughter. I am their first daughter, so there's like a bit of a, I don't want to say pressure on both of our parts, but like I know that it's a big risk to change artists within this space, and I also know that it's probably a lot of pressure for my mama because I'm going to be the first girl VTuber that's going to be going into their portfolio. So we were locked in, basically. Both of us were very locked in on making this happen and like wanting it to go smoothly on both of our parts. So that's kind of where it started, and like that's what the general energy towards Redebut is and has been for me so far. But let's go to present. How are we feeling right now? Reverse 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, I can't read. I'm not pausing because I don't actually know. I'm pausing because I can't read. Reverse 8 of Pentacles. Ba, 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 ba. Vanity. Yep, that's so true. I definitely currently have a very big ego boost. I am very happy that the goal was met early. And I definitely feel a sense of vanity towards how beautiful the model is, and I am so glad that we have crossed the final hurdle to make her move and breathe and exist. I felt very vain when I first was given this form even. I spent so many hours like keeping VTube Studio open to just stare at the model while I was just doing random stuff. So I already kind of know that I feel very vain towards myself. So that's very much true. I'm feeling very confident now. Like I have like a really positive head rush of confidence. It feels really good. That's why I'm very happy. Are the cards written in wingdings? No, there's a Roman numeral, and then I also have to like decipher the symbols that are like on the card while making that laugh you do. When I was looking at the model, I think I would always just be like, hee! Like I just do a little giggle.
An offering. Thank you so
A
much.
little giggle is what would come out of me. But okay, so we have like seriousness and locking into this now feeling of like head rush and like the vanity coming in. Now, the future. So what will Redebut actually look like when it comes next month? Holy shit! Okay, everybody stay calm. Reverse Judgment. Reverse Judgment, it's a major arcana. Let's see, Reverse Judgment. Where the frick is it? Hello? Judgment. Oh, right. I forgot that this labels it as Last Judgment. It's not just Judgment. Okay. Deliberation, decision, sentence. Okay. Deliberation and decision are the words that are sticking out to me the most with this. I do think that it's because I have deliberated a lot on how I'm going to approach the actual debut, because it's so close. I've been thinking a lot about how it's going to actually go. I'm in the process of not even just like waiting for the assets, which I obviously am, but I'm also like thinking about how I'm going to like pick and choose the order of things that happen during the debut. Like, am I going to show this first? Am I going to show that first? Am I going to show the model like this? I'm being very deliberate with my choices because I know that something as important as a debut, and especially a re-debut, is going to have probably a pretty big impact on how I am perceived, and it's gonna be one of the few times I'm going to be back in any kind of spotlight again for the foreseeable future. So I'm trying to be very methodical with how I choose to present myself, because I want this to really count, and I want it to be something that's cool, not just for you guys for helping me get here, but for any new people that decide that they want to try out the Yuno Hanaki and see if I am worth watching, not just for my pretty model. So yeah, I would say that that's pretty accurate. Like, it's going to be very decisive. I think that the cards are trying to say that whatever is coming next is going to be a very decisive moment in the Yuno Hanaki arc, the Yuno Hanaki story. And I think that that's something I should probably keep in mind as I continue to plan out what I'm actually going to do for debut. And I'm very excited. That feels generally pretty positive. Reverse Judgment does have a few negative connotations, but I think my energy was kind of pulled towards decisiveness and decision-making. Next month? That's like next month. I know, right? Literally a month and some change from now, I will be re-debuting and I will have Orpal model. I cannot hear anything tarot without flashes of Persona in my head. No, I get you. I do actually have half of the major arcana in Persona cards. I don't know where the deck is, but I know I have them somewhere. It was like a pre-order bonus for getting Persona Q, the first one. And then the other half came with a different game, but I didn't get that one, so I didn't get the other half of the deck. But I think I have the first half of the major arcana in like their Persona card stylings in my room somewhere deep in the recesses of my storage. I've never used them for tarot reading, but I know that I have them. Nice, yeah. Okay, I hope that satisfied you reading-wise. I got Persona 5 running on the other monitor. Do you like it? I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I've mentioned before, I've never played it when it first came out because I had some issues with a Huh? What the fuck just happened? Oh, Dama Anon. Thank you for the $140 tip. Hello? Help! Also, I can't believe you did that and then also still preserved the 69.69. This channel is cursed. A bit extra on top. Congratulations on your 2.0 model. Looking forward to the reveal and debut. Thank you. Thank you so much. So kind. Thank you. All these emotes coming in. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh. Did you want a reading, or did you just doing that for fun? That's fine. I don't mind. But okay. What a Chad. So true. Very Chad behavior going on among the Damadachis tonight. You guys are way too nice to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next one I'm reading for is Tofu's financial situation. Got it. Financials for the trip to Japan. Firstly, congratulations on getting a chance to go to Japan. Later this year is what it says in the message. Congratulations on that. Must be very exciting. I think that's now the third person in my audience that's gotten to go on a Japan trip this year. Awesome. You're also going to be going in a pretty good season, I think. If you're going during like fall/winter, I feel like that's pretty good seasonally. You won't have to deal with the heat of summer or the allergy season of cherry blossom. Got roped in as a tag-along, really lucky opportunity. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. I hope you have fun. As long as it's not August. Yeah, I know. Japan gets so freaking hot. You are avoiding the peak hot season. Since you got the funds now, what does this mean for the next 48-hour endurance? Well, the one that's listed on stream is 2 12-hour streams. It wasn't going to be 48 hours. It was going to be 24 total, split between 2 12-hour streams. Rather than it being a strict, like, I need to earn money stream now, I think we're just gonna mostly do it for fun. I'm probably still going to have a wheel for spinning, but it's not gonna be that, like, much pressure. It's really just gonna be a chance for us to have fun and kind of celebrate that 2.0 is happening. If that's okay with you guys, unless you'd rather me change it to a different kind of celebration, because we could totally do that too. Honestly, I'll literally do whatever you want, because I did not expect this to happen this early. Literally, if you have ideas for anything, I will bend over backwards. I feel like I owe that to you. We can celebrate with Bobitsa. Really? Do we have to? Is that seriously what you want again? I feel like you could come up with something more original. Plus, I already owe you Bobitsa from the original Unathon. Celebration karaoke. That's fair. We could do something with karaoke if you want. I don't think I could do a 12-hour karaoke. We could probably fit karaoke somewhere in there. I am not vocally strong enough to do 12-hour karaoke streams. My brain is fried from 4-hour tagging. Oh, Otsu tagging. Otsu tagging. I can't believe that your fried brain just thinks of Bobitsa. I think you're cursed. You might need to get that checked out. Hour karaoke would not end well. Yeah. I think what would end up happening is I would probably just do some karaoke like in the middle of one of the 12-hour streams. If I went through with it anyhow. Okay, I think I've shuffled these enough. Let me do Tofu's reading. I hope you're still here, Tofu. Sorry I always take so long to shuffle. I'm really bad at shuffling cards. It's more original than a horror week. A horror week? I don't even have enough horror games to fill a week. Also, my schedule is going to be pretty busy next week and the week after, so I don't think I could really fit an entire week of streams like that. Unfortunately. I've got a really busy couple weeks coming up, and then I also have to sweat about my debut, so, that would be a bit tough. But okay, let's do readings. So, past. Reverse 4 of Cups. Reverse 4 of Cups. Da 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 da. Novelty Omen. New instructions, new relations. So I think, maybe this is from, like, a recent friendship or acquaintance that you've gotten the chance to go on this trip. There's definitely a feeling of novelty from getting, like, this, surprise chance opportunity. Could also be seen as a positive omen. I think, like, generally this trip, kind of fell into your lap in a good way. Maybe you've been thinking that you need a break. Maybe you've been thinking about, going on a trip yourself at some point, but you weren't really sure about it. Like, you were kind of, maybe I should, but also maybe I should focus on working a little bit more. Like, a lot of things were kind of just, like, weighing on you, and, like, you couldn't really take that final step forward, but it seems that this is, like, an omen that you need to take a break. I think the overall energy here is that, like, this is going to be, like, a good chance for you to relax, recharge, rebuild, kindle these relationships with the people that you're going to be going on the trip with. Everything about it, the vibes seem like they're going to be really good. So, like, preparation-wise, I think that this has been given to you for a reason. You're going to find, like, a new instruction is a bit hard to fully interpret, but I think it's kind of like you're gonna find a new direction. Going on a trip to a different country, I presume, is going to be just like, it's gonna present a lot of new things and the vibes are just gonna be really good, is kind of what I feel is being conveyed here. As for present, reverse strength. Another major arcana. So reverse strength, weakness and discord. I think regarding your finances specifically, I do think that the concern is like, financials. I think the main thing here is maybe you feel like there was something else that you needed to pay for kind of recently that might cut into what would have been your travel funds, or maybe you do not feel as prepared as you could be for like emergencies that might arise while traveling, or just like the cost of what it'll be like to be in Japan during this time with the current amount of money that you have. But it feels like there's something inside of you that's causing this feeling of weakness, like financially, and also discord makes me think that maybe there's some like internal things going on between you and the other people on the trip regarding like the finances of it all. I don't want to make assumptions about the situation, so I'm kind of trying not to, but you know, discord makes me think that there's something going on between like the like other people involved, like relationship wise. I don't want to assume it's negative, but there might need to be some things that have to get straightened out within the present in order to sort out some of this negative energy that's presenting itself. But future, what's it actually gonna be like on the trip? 3 of Cups, upright. Cups are still a symbol of like fortune, so it's actually good that these are showing up, all things considered, because Cups usually refers to like things that you have, your possessions, your wealth. Conclusion of any matter, plenty, perfection, merriment, happiness, victory, fulfillment, solace, healing. Yeah. So, I'm definitely getting the sense that the actual trip is going to be very good. I think that you guys are going to have a really good time. Plenty of merriment. It looks like the trip is going to go pretty smoothly once you are past this, this hurdle. Shut up, how'd you know? Preparing the trip through Discord? Oh, I see. That could also be an option. Which, fair, if you're using Discord, there could be some, like, issues with the online communication of it all. Don't look at me. But yeah, so it looks like everything's gonna work out okay. I think once you get past whatever these initial hurdles are via Discord, I think that the actual trip is going to end up being a really good one. So, nothing to worry about, okay? 3 of Cups is like very positive, very good card, and you got it in the upright position, which means everything's very good, very positive, very upbeat, nice, good, very good. You're going to have a good trip. It seems a bit rough right now, but like the card said, this is coming at a good time for you, and it's going to result in like showing you a lot of like good and like refreshing changes. Once you can get past the present hurdle, I think like even financially speaking, the trip is going to be very worthwhile. You are going to fill your metaphorical cups with everything that they need to be filled with to increase your overall, like, personable wealth. Thank you for the request. And I hope you have fun on your trip whenever you go. You have to tell me about it. If you see any cute stuff that you think I might like, put it in my hashtags, I'll look. You're welcome. Okay, next is that, Matt. General life reading. Got you. I really liked seeing the pictures from everyone else's Japan trips. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll be able to get out of Onigashima and go to Japan. Onigashima's holding me freaking hostage, though. One tip, hand sanitizer. Oh no, for sure. Have you guys seen the scary stuff in the news about how cases of the big C are starting to tick up again? I'm stressed out. We don't need this to happen again, okay? We don't need a second panini to hit the economy. At this time, in this situation, we really don't need it. Please. God, Lord, please. So yeah, absolutely hand sanitizer. Make sure you are safe. Mask up as much as possible. I'm sure you are up to date on vaccines and stuff as well. Just like, you know, be safe. Of course, there are people decided it went away when it didn't. I know. I'm so upset about it. I still mask when I go out. So I'm always just like, man, why are people not masking? It was about the lack of soap in restrooms. What? They lack soap in there? That can't be real. That's crazy. Japan is known for being super clean. Sad that Onigashima is equally as close as it is this far in from Japan. It's the curse of being isolated from humanity. They didn't want us to exist on the same plane as them, so even if we are relatively close geographically, we are not on the same metaphysical plane. So things happen this way. But yeah, I don't know. Be safe, guys. Be careful. Take good care. I was really sick all of last week, but at least it wasn't that. That's good. Yeah, I've heard that the new variant feels like knives cutting into your throat, and that's scary. I hate getting throat sick, so I definitely do not want to be caught anywhere near the new variant. No thank you. No thank you. RIP when you have to live on a different plane of existence from everything else cool. Yeah. Absolutely not. Yeah. One of my VTuber mutuals was talking about the feeling of it. Yeah, it's razor blades, that's what it was. It feels like razor blades are cutting your throat. Like, it's really sharp pain. Like, obviously you feel irritation in your throat when you're sick, but apparently the new variant makes you feel like razor blades are in there. And I would not be able to handle that. I think I would just cry. She was not handling it very well either. She was just like, this is awful. And I was just like, so true. I'm so sorry you're going through that. Luckily, I don't go outside that much, so I am pretty safe. Throat pains, I got strep throat instead, so felt it anyway. Throat is still halfway swollen. Well, look, again, I reiterate. Rather than it feeling like just swollen, irritated pain in the throat, the new variant makes it feel like your throat is being cut. Like you are swallowing razor blades. That is different from the soreness that comes from strep. And I know this because I had strep in 2024. And it did not feel like razor blades. It just felt like I constantly had a lump in my throat. And it sucked. Okay. I think this shuffle is good. Okay. I've had strep before. The one time I smoked a cig, I felt like perishing because my throat was all fudged up for like a week. I never want to have throat issues. Makes me angry just thinking about it. It's the worst. Because I am a chronic yapper, usually the first thing to go whenever I am sick is my throat. It's honestly the worst. It is always the thing that is most likely to get taken out by a cold. Everything else about me could be fine, and it's always my throat that just instantly, like, shrivels up like a Victorian child, and I'm just like, can you behave? Please? Could be described as feeling like it was cut, I guess. Well, congratulations. Maybe you did actually have the panini. Maybe you did have the razor blade variant. The only thing I can tell you is that from what I've heard, it's like way, way worse than any other pain that comes from having just an ordinary sore throat, so I don't think it's comparable. General reading. So let's do past. This is for you, that Matt, if you are listening still. Reverse Hierophant for past. Let's see. Hierophant. Where are you, bud? There we go. Society. Good understanding. Over kindness. Okay, so it's definitely saying that in your past you have been very sociable, you have good understanding of the people around you, and you've been kind to the point of being overly so. I think you were the type of person to be a little bit of a bleeding heart, like a heart on your sleeve type of guy. And I think that led to a certain kind of social standing. Whether it's positive or negative, I'm not necessarily reading here, but like all of those words are the ones that stick out the most with this particular card. Definitely getting the vibe that you have been a very kind person from your childhood on forward. It seems that there's like a very strong like emotional understanding of others that's being presented here. So maybe you had like a pretty decent circle of friends growing up. Maybe you still have a lot of those friends as an adult type of energy. The energy around you overall is just very good. You're very socially aware, which is a good skill to have. Present. Reverse Devil. Another major arcana. Interesting. Interesting. Where's the devil? There you are, bud. Weakness, pettiness, and blindness. I think you have become blind to important things. Whether it's blindness to your initial kindness or whether it's blindness to things that are existing in the now, I think the cards are kind of implying that you had like a really good heart on your sleeve in the past, and now you've become a little bit less aware. It also says things like weakness and pettiness. I don't think that's entirely true. Maybe you have moments of pettiness, but I definitely think blindness is the bigger takeaway from this. I think you started out very kind and have since become a little bit more blind to people around you in ways that you weren't before. That's kind of the shift that has happened over the course of life. Maybe you've become more jaded as you've grown up. Maybe some of those friends that you had before ended up not being the best matches for you. Maybe something else happened. Who's to say? But I'm getting the feeling that things have happened that have kind of clouded your vision. And as for the future, upright 10 of wands. Got some wands here. Wands. Oppression, but also fortune, gain, any kind of success. Yeah. Okay, so I think the implication here is that blindness that is happening in the present is going to impact you a lot in the future, and it's going to feel like it's oppressing you. Like it's going to be weighing down on you, and you're going to have to carry that weight. I've said this about this card before too, but like the person in the illustration is carrying the 10 wands, and they are presented as like giant staves. Like giant wooden magical staves, I assume, because they're wands. So I think that this is a weight that you're going to have to carry with you. Like this blindness is going to like weigh down very heavily, and it's going to kind of make it difficult to see the right way forward. However, despite that, it also mentions that this card can represent things like fortune and gain. I think if you are able to like learn to work with this newfound blindness that has encroached upon your life over time, you are going to find success. It's going to take a little while, but it looks like as long as you can learn to kind of bear that weight, you gotta carry that weight. If you are able to carry it forward, it looks like things will turn out good still. At least that is what the cards are telling me right now. I don't know whether or not that speaks to you at this current moment, but that is what the cards are choosing to say to me. So I hope that could offer some form of guidance. Okay. Makes sense? I hope you will be able to carry that with you. Next is Phantom in the morning. How you know I'd like to ask for just a general reading. General reading! You got it, let me shuffle. Okay. General readings are interesting because the cards kind of just, like, spit out whatever, and I don't always know if it's particularly relevant to the situation. And I just have to find out afterwards that they either got the nail on the head or... There was, like, one time, I think, where somebody told me that the cards were just spouting bullshit and that it didn't apply to their situation at all. And I was just like, dang, okay. I don't really know what to ask for. No, don't worry about it. General questions are still fine. I'm just saying that they're interesting because the cards just kind of give me something, and then it's my job to interpret what they might be trying to get at. There's nothing wrong with asking, just generally speaking. Offer myself as tribute? Tribute to what? Tribute to what? What are we tributing? Someday I will learn how to shuffle these dang cards. Your psychic tarot abilities? Oh, I'm only doing paid requests this stream, unfortunately. I appreciate the offer, but it's paid requests only. This is the last one in the queue for right now. And I'll wait a little bit to see if any more come in, but maybe if in a little while I haven't gotten any new paid ones, I'll take a couple free ones just to keep it going a little, keep the deck feeling hot and spicy. So it doesn't think that I just stopped. We'll give it a little time. Like I said, I'm not really, like, pushing for it at this point. We're, like, over. Which makes me very happy. It's nice to be able to just take it easy instead of having to push further. Home from work? Welcome back home from work. Hope you had a good day, Otsu Otsu. Okay. Maybe a little bit more shuffling. Why are you throwing a tomato at me? You do that joke to me literally every time I walk away from my keyboard. I should be allowed to make it once. Once. This was my once. No tomato. I do not deserve the tomato. I'm just a little guy. Why would you tomato a little guy? It's been a while since I did that. That is true. That is true. It has been a hot minute since you've thrown a tomato at me. You do have a reputation to uphold. You know what? Understandable. You can have the one tomato. After this, we go back to our usual war. Okay. This feels like it should be good. Alright, Famatum in the morning. Your general reading. Heh. Heh. They say. Alright. So past. Upright 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Let me get to the Swords page. 10. Okay, okay. So it says to interpret this card based on whatever is depicted in the image for it. So it's a guy laying face down on the ground with the 10 swords stabbing into his back. So that I'm gonna take that to mean that this is not a very positive card. Besides the image itself, it mentions things like pain and affliction, or tears, or sadness, or desolation. Sounds good for me? Oh dear. But yeah, it looks like the weight of whatever the 10 swords metaphorically signifies is stabbing directly into you. You have a weight that has been bearing down on you, that's been pinning you to the ground, and it feels like it's been very difficult for you to get back up. This is the card that represents your past, for the record. I don't know if that's entirely true anymore. Maybe you have moved past it. We won't know until we get to the card for the present. But it seems that in the past you were very much bogged down by a lot of, like, negative outside influences that caused you a great deal of pain and suffering. Probably caused some tears to spill. That kind of thing. You were in a great deal of pain. Whether it be literal or metaphorical. All I can sense is the bad vibes. We've got the bad vibes in this one. But it doesn't mean it'll be bad forever. Let's look into the present. Reverse Page of Pentacles. So we have got the pentacle. Missing Yuno streams caused that pain. It's because you didn't freaking watch Yuno Hanaki. You've been punished for your actions. Where the frick are the pentacles? There we go. Dissipation, liberality, luxury, unfavorable news. Liberality and luxury. So it feels like things have been happening at a more liberal pace. In this context, liberal kind of means like happening with like abandon. Like lots of things are just kind of like happening at like a freely done pace. Like it's just one thing after another. Whether that's positive or negative, I cannot entirely tell. A lot of things regarding the page talk about like dissipation as well, but also luxury. I think it kind of means that you've been living life a little bit lavishly, perhaps to deal with the weight that has been bearing down on you. Maybe you found yourself engaging in frivolities, whether that be like the equivalent of buying a bunch of little treats after work, or spending money in a gacha game or something equivalent to that. It seems that you've just kind of been taking advantage of vices to kind of like deal with everything that's been going on, and you've been doing it probably more than you should have been. Not to the point of like overindulgence or to the point of where it's maybe been dangerous, but it does seem like overall the escape into the vices has been quite prevalent within your present day. As for future, upright Ace of Pentacles. So we've got another pentacle. Perfect contentment, felicity, ecstasy. So It looks like whatever you're currently going through in the present, whatever has been weighing down on you and causing the excess of frivolity, things will clear up. It looks like in the future you will actually get to face what would be considered perfect contentment. So like whatever that means to you, you will reach a life that makes you feel truly content. Maybe you won't have to rely on those outside stimuli as much in order to feel it. It seems like overall, the things that you've had to deal with, the cards that you've been dealt, literally in this case maybe, the cards that you've been dealt are going to eventually result in something fruitful happening. So, even if it seems hard right now, the cards are telling you that good things are due in your future. Whether it's immediate, I can't necessarily say, but it looks like things are going to turn out well. Which is good. I like it when a reading that seems a little bit negative still has like an upbeat note at the end. That's what it seems like it is going to happen. Yeah. She's not a witch. Trust in Hanaki. No, I'm formally not a witch. If you're looking for a witch, especially one who also does tarot readings, you should find my former kohai, Magical Mamie. She's an actual tarot reading witch. I just happen to be able to read tarot while not being a witch. It's the Oni in me. I hope that could offer some guidance to you. If only a little bit. Back into the deck you go. Think I understand what the cards say. Thank you. You know the future's probably looking so good because I'll be watching more streams. Yeah. We need to interpret it as you weren't watching enough Yuno Hanaki, so you've been suffering. If more Yuno is in your future, you'll be fine. She's not a witch, she's an Oni witch. No! There's no witch in my branding. I am not a witch. I am merely an Oni. An Oni who happens to like reading tarot cards. The witching is in the allure and thigh tat and the thigh tat. I like how it's two separate things. My alluring personality and then also my thigh. I should be used to this by now, though. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Yippee! Thank you for the request. We are back to Dama Anon, who did not have a question in their very kind tip to get us over the 3K mark. So now, we get to just hang out, I guess. We'll hang out for a little bit. We'll see what happens with, any other potential requests. If there aren't any, that's fine. We'll just chill. What a day this day has been. Only cards Mimi reads are Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, have you guys wanted her to do more tarot reading? I'm sure if you brought it up, she would consider bringing it back. I mean, I'm doing it more because people asked for it. I mean, surely there would be no harm in asking. I'm cooking something, give me a sec. Oh boy. Trying to think of a metaphor for you succeeding before you started. She wins before she even begins the task. As I'm just like girl standing. I didn't expect this to happen, no. This was not anticipated. Does it need to be a specific question or can it just be general reading? It can be general. The last two that I did were general. Being specific only helps me focus in a bit more on what I should be discussing when it comes to the interpretation of the cards. If you don't have anything specific you want to ask, but you still want a reading, you can just be like, general, please. And I'll just give you the vibes. The vibes, whatever they may be. Fate had ordained the dub, you just had to get there in the timeline. This is very true. But I'm very happy that we did. Very, very, very happy. Has anyone asked love card reading with wife? No. Whenever people have asked for a love reading, they've just said, give me a love reading, please.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Now I want to do that. If you want, you can. Beep beeps. Thank you very much for the $15 tip. A lot of weird corporate changes, TM, have been happening at my job. I guess my question is, what up? Am I good or like?
An offering. Thank you so much.
That's fair. And then also, Pira, thank you for the $15 tip. What are the vibes looking like for the next few months? You got it. You got it, dude. Let me do beep beeps first. Beep beeps. Okay. Corporate changes. So you're asking a career question. We've got our first career question, which is usually the go-to in these streams. Usually I get a lot of career questions, and that's okay. Career things are usually the big fear. We talked about this last time, but like seasonally speaking, a lot of career questions tend to spike up because people are like, oh god, the next quarter has begun, it's Jover. Been so weird, we even changed company name. The previous one was way cooler. Oh no, not the corporate rebranding. That is kind of scary, I can understand. Corporate rebranding scary. Beep Peeps works for G Fuel. G Fuel graduating was definitely not on my 2025 bingo card. I know they were retiring their current brand to switch to something else, but it literally just looked like they were graduating. They have too many VTuber partners. Ask Cracker Barrel about that. Right, I heard about that in passing. I didn't actually look too into it. It was something about how they were trying to like minimalize their logo and people like freaked the frick out. G Fuel is gone. I didn't know. It's not actually gone. They're retiring their current brand because they want to do like a rebrand to something else. I don't know what they're rebranding it specifically to. But I remember everyone was joking that it looked like G Fuel was graduating. News to me. Lost like 100 million in stock value from it. I mean, Cracker Barrel's customer base does seem like the type to actively protest over stupid things like that. Lovingly. I say as somebody who doesn't mind Cracker Barrel. The announcement they made was really weird. Again, I think it's just because they have so many VTuber partners. They just got so used to how VTubers do things. They decided to do it VTuber style. I'm sorry, you no longer align with the company's culture. Vibes are off. Oh god. No! That's a nightmare! I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. I wish a lot of things upon my worst enemies, but I would not wish things like that upon them. You no longer passed the vibe check. You rolled too low on the save throw. No! Oaru. Imagine being a Yuno enemy. Yeah, I don't have that many, so probably hard to imagine, right? You guys are my frenemy, my playful rivals. I would not say that we are full-on enemies. But like I said, I don't really have a lot of full-on enemies. So you know it's bad if I consider you an actual enemy. I don't actually hold, well, okay. I do hold spite within my heart, but usually not towards people. Usually towards, like, institutions or, like, immaterial things. Like, not things that are actually related to a person. Can I be a full-on enemy to throw hands? No. No. I will not fight. I'm an enemy. Well, yeah, but that's because you actively antagonize me by throwing tomatoes at me. But even then, I think it's still a case of us being frenemies. Like, we currently have a mutual understanding. I gave you the one free tomato with, like, a nod of acknowledgement. That's very frenemy core. Shonen rivals who make each other stronger and then team up against the big bad. See, you get it. You understood the assignment. You understood the assignment. You get it. Are you frenemies because we bully? We're frenemies because sometimes you guys piss me off, affectionately. And it's not necessarily because of bullying. I would say we are largely friends, but I have moments where I'm just like, don't try me. You're on thin ice, chat. I think our friendship is the equivalent of, like, red and green from Pokemon. Sorry, blue. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Yeah, you would be happy about that, wouldn't you? You would be happy about that, wouldn't you? Shaking my dang head. Okay. I think the shuffle is good. Alright, beep beeps. You know, as always, the green. Not always! We literally just funded it so I can stop being green. You can't say that legally a month from now. You can't, okay? You can't not know. Okay. Let's go. Here we go, beep beeps. Corporate changes. What up, am I good? Okay. First one. So I guess this represents what your relationship was like with the company, in the past. So we have upright Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Where are you? Here we go. True heart, joy, contentment, nourishment, abundance. So, job was working out really fucking well in the past. Maybe right when you started, things were looking really good. Very positive energy, very strong vibes. True heart, joy, and contentment. So, like, definitely a lot of, like, this feels like a good job that suits you and your skill set. Feels like the work environment's pretty positive. You feel like you're learning a lot, you're growing. There's, like, growth potential, all that stuff they promise you during interviews. It felt like those kinds of things were going to happen. So basically, job was really, really great in the past. Here's where things are looking now, in the present. Upright, 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Vigilance, retreat, solitude. Exile. Maybe you feel like you have been ostracized from everybody else at the office. Maybe you feel like you have been placed into a sort of, like, isolation from everyone else. Or maybe you're just already starting to feel kind of alienated because there's just a bunch of new people around. Maybe there's just been too many, like, immediate changes in, like, recent times where it feels like all the people you knew before aren't really around as much or have been replaced by, like, new people, so the dynamics are completely different. But the idea is basically that you're kind of, like, encased in a tomb, is what the card is depicting. But you're basically being kept away from everything and everyone else. And it just kind of feels like your, maybe your work has become a little bit more solitary as well. It feels like everything's kind of more isolating than it was. It feels a little bit more desolate in that way, too. So it does look like things started out great, but have now been starting to feel very isolating. As for the future, upright Page of Wands. I think we got Page of Wands earlier. I think it was reverse. I don't remember if it was upright or not. Faithful, an envoy, a postman. Beside a man, he will bear favorable testimony concerning him. Dangerous rival if followed by the Page of Cups. Well, we don't have to worry about that. Chief qualities of the suit. Trying to figure out how to articulate this. I feel like envoy might be the strongest thing. I think that there's going to be someone who is going to serve as an envoy to you, or perhaps, like, serve on your behalf to the rest of the company, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of mediator or, like, middleman that's going to be getting involved with whatever's going on in all of these corporate changes, TM. There's going to be a person that's going to kind of be, like, the representative of that, and they are going to bring some sort of tiding to you, whether positive or negative. But I would say keep your eyes out for any person that kind of tries to, like, speak for any existing teams, or perhaps speaks on behalf of the company for something. There's definitely going to be some sort of, like, envoy or messenger that is going to be presenting, like, pretty key information for how things are going to be going in the future. I see. Yeah, a little bit cryptic, but that's the only thing the card says. It says, like, a person who's, like, bearing news, but the news is kind of, like, confusing or befuddling. So it's hard to say. I don't really know how clear what you're going to get from this person would be, but that's that. I hope that was able to help you. If only a little. Thanks, Bruno. Of course. Thank you. And then Pira asked for a general vibe check. I got you. Time to shuffle. My turn, my turn. Yippee. But yeah, okay, so regarding the celebration, include karaoke in one of the streams. What else can we do? I still think it would be fun to do some of the games. Maybe... maybe instead of... Hold on, how did I split these games up again? I forget. I have to check my own freaking schedule, because I forget how I split them. I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do for the 12-hour stream thumbnails, which is why they're not up yet. Let me check something. Getting over it and backyard baseball. Do you think maybe instead of getting over it, we do the karaoke and, like, the kind of celebratory part as, like, the first part of that stream? Because I still want to do backyard baseball. I think even if we don't do, like, a crowd control element for that, watching the backyard baseball kids do, like, crazy shit during the games would be very, very funny. Was interested in Backyard Baseball. I'd like to see that one still played. No, dude, I absolutely want to still play that one. That's the one I want to fight for. If I was going to drop something from that stream, it would be Getting Over It. I mean, and then we can wait to do Getting Over It when I actually have, like, crowd control properly set up. And then I don't have to worry about getting the funds immediately. So we'll do Backyard Baseball, and then I can do, like, a normal celebratory part for, like, the other part of the stream. I really want to do Backyard Baseball, guys. I've been itching. So definitely Backyard Baseball still. So I think I'll rework the stream for that to be part actual celebration and then part Backyard Baseball with you guys. We have to watch these little kids play baseball, and we have to get very heated about them, okay? We're going to be like the overly invested parents watching their kids play baseball in the park. Boo! Umpire doesn't know shit! We have to go crazy, okay? I need this. I need this for me. That would be very healing for me. And then day 2, that was supposed to be Peggle and Pokemon. I don't know if there's anything that we could do for that stream instead of one of those games. Gotta get banned from the next 5 games, absolutely. I will start fights like Randy Marsh. You wanna go? You wanna fight me, bro? Come on, bro, fight me. Just instantly taking her shirt off to brawl. Hell yeah. We need that entire experience. That still needs to happen for that stream. Yeah, for the second 12-hour one, I don't really have any specific thoughts. I guess I do owe you guys Peggle. I think Peggle should be the game that we keep for that. I've already done a Pokemon thing kind of recently, so we can probably drop Fire Red from the plans, and we could just do Peggle and something else. But I owe you guys Peggle, because there was a time I was going to play it during the original Unathon, but I couldn't get the capture to work. So I think we should try to aim for Peggle, for sure. I thought this was Onigashima! Okay. Yeah, so I think I'll change it so that it's one of the original games, and then we do something else for the other 6 hours. I still want to try and go for the 12 hours for both streams, but like I said, it's mostly going to be celebratory. I don't know why I said it like that. Celebratory. And then it's going to be kind of low-key beyond that. Just you and me hanging out, having fun, celebrating the fact that it's actually happening. Literally crying about it. Sounds totally fine. Yippee! At the Little League World Series this year, the opposing crowd taunted the player at second base because the umps accused him of stealing signs. What an embarrassment. Ridiculous adults. I know, right? The whole point of the South Park episode about Little League Baseball is that the joke was that all of the boys thought it was the stupidest sport on the planet and they didn't want to keep playing, but it was also super easy to keep being good at it. And then the parents, of course, think that the kids must love baseball, which is why they end up so good at it. And they get overly invested and then also get drunk at the games and just, like, embarrassingly start fights. It's meant to be, like, actual commentary on how, like, Little League Baseball is just, like, super embarrassing on behalf of the parents. Meanwhile, the kids hate it. Let's watch all the best streams of Buno. That's a lot of long streams that we would be watching. I don't think we could do that. And unfortunately, we have not gotten to the point where I have someone who can make, like, a highlight reel or, like, a compilation of moments from my streams. So we can't really do that. I appreciate the energy, but definitely wouldn't really be easy to accomplish. The PA had to remind the parents that it's a 12-year-old. Yeah. We can go over 12-hour streams. No, we cannot. Bro, I'm tired. You think I'm made of that? Also, YouTube literally stops saving a VOD if you try to stream past 11 hours and 55 minutes. So, I actually can't go over it. I would if I could. Get some G Fuel. How dare you? You don't know me at all if you were actually offering that as a suggestion. But no, more so than like an energy limitation, it is also like a website limitation. YouTube does not want to hold VODs that are longer than 12 hours max. While it is also partially an energy thing. Have to use the YouTuber secret technique, make a new stream. Yeah, I know, and that's also a pain in the ass. Stop talking like it's so easy! It's a pain in the butt! Also, I don't want to. I'm tired, guys. I don't want to do too many more endurances. I don't want to become the endurance guy. I don't want to be the endurance guy anymore. It's tiring. I don't want to. Guys. I don't want to do it anymore. Pretty easy from this end. Well, yeah, if you do it from this end, I just have to leave it going live, but there isn't really a way on OBS for me to leave Twitch running while I change the streams on YouTube, as far as I can tell. Isn't it easy? All you have to do is show up, turn on stream, turn off stream, profit writer. If only life could be so simple. Unfortunately, society dictates that it must not be. I don't know if I have the energy to be able to entertain for, like, that long forever. I was saying the other day, I am glad that I did the 48-hour stream when I did, because I do feel like I have managed to, increase my general streaming stamina. But also, like, I wouldn't say that I am perfect. I would, in fact, say that, I am quite tired. I don't want to become the person that just does a bunch of, like, random 12-hour, 24-hour, 48-hour, whatever events. I'm glad that I have, on average, slightly longer streams than before. But I just think the novelty of really long streams will kind of wear off if I do too many of them, like, simultaneously, you know? I don't think we need to do all that. I'm tired, boss. I really am. I really, truly am. And at this point, I really do have a lot of work that I gotta do to, like, prep for the debut. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was streaming for 24, 48, however fucking many hours in a row. Because there's just some work I wouldn't be able to do live. Not if I wanted to keep my secrets. And I like keeping secrets. Well, keeping secrets related to content. I don't really keep secrets from you guys when it comes to, like, actual stuff. I'm a pretty open book, I would say. I try to be pretty transparent. I like being see-through. What happened to A and B through? Anyway. Point is, I want to be able to work hard so I can make stuff for you guys and have, like, cool stuff to go along with the rest of the debut. So I definitely can't do it right now. Endurances need a break is all. Tch. Yeah, I beat you to it, huh? Doesn't feel good, does it? Anyway. That was a big ol' ramble, but I do like endurance streaming. Don't take this as me saying I dislike it, because I do have fun. It's just, I have to find ways to make it interesting for that long period of time, and we're just at a point where it's better to just, like, let it cool for a while. Let it cool, let it be chill. Let me focus the rest of my energy this month on the streams that I do have planned and on prepping for debut, and then October, debut can happen, and then we can go crazy, because we'll have the new model and everything will be cool. I think that'll be worth it. Okay. Let's do this reading. Alright, Pyrrha. Ahem. How are the vibes looking for the next few months? So, your past card is Upright Hermit. We've got the Hermit, the Hermie. Prudence, treason, dissimulation, corruption, and roguery. So, the vibe is... treason, corruption, and roguery are the ones that are popping out the most. Perhaps you feel like you have been wronged in a very great way recently, and I think it, like, really impacted you. Treason, of course, would imply, like, an actual, like, betrayal, from somebody that you know of, or maybe you are the one that committed the betrayal intentionally or otherwise. Corruption, I think, means that, like, something happened to, like, corrupt that, like, existing presence within your life. I think that things have taken, like, a pretty dramatic shift within your past, and that's going to kind of shape how the rest of the year is going to go. Perhaps happened at the beginning of the year. Usually when I do readings about, like, the year as a whole, I tend to start with, like, the past card is what happened at the beginning of 2025, and then the present is where we're at now, and then the future is, like, the last few months. So if we go by that standard, that means that this moment of treason, this moment of corruption occurred at the beginning of the year. So it sounds like something pretty impactful happened in, like, a close relationship or, like, a close dynamic that you have with somebody. And it caused this, like, corruption of that relationship. Present, we have Upright 2 of Pentacles. Two of them. Gaiety, recreation, and its connections. Read also as news and messages in writing. Usually negative messages, though, so okay. The two pentacles are connected by an infinity symbol, so I think with one thing comes another. I think when you have experienced the enjoyment of, like, recreational activities, and, like, the enjoyment that comes from, like, the connections that you've made through your hobbies, like, I'm guessing it has something to do with, like, the positive feelings of, like, your hobbies and other recreational activities. The downside is that you also tend to receive, well, I shouldn't say tend to, but it seems that, like, the caveat is that you then end up receiving some, like, negative news, like, things that kind of serve as an obstacle to that recreational activity. So maybe something has been inhibiting you from being able to enjoy that stuff in present day, whether that be, like, something related to your job, maybe something related to, like, social obligations, I don't know, familial obligations. I think there's, like, news that keeps coming in that makes it so that you can't enjoy your hobbies. But then on the flip side, once you take care of that thing, you can immediately dive right back into the recreational activity and then have a lot of fun again. But I think it's been coming in, like, pretty connected shifts of, like, up, down, in, like, an infinite loop. And that's kind of what, like, the current part of the year has been like, the middle of 2025 into now. It just feels like you have, like, moments of this, like, really great, like, really cool stuff, and then something kind of bogs it down. But then as soon as you're able to rid yourself of the weight, everything goes up again, and then it goes back down. You are caught in an endless loop, I am afraid. And now, as for the future, the rest of the year, we have a reverse Ace of Swords. Triumph, excessive degree in everything. The same meanings, but the results are disastrous. Okay, so the implication seems to be you're going to be able to triumph over this loop, but the results are not going to go very good. You will be successful and you'll be able to break out of the loop, but it's going to result in kind of bad things. One of the other arguments is saying things like augmentation and multiplicity. So maybe you're going to find multiple ways of exploring the things that make you happy, but also potentially multiple weights that can end up bearing you down in the future too. But the idea seems to be that you're going to be able to like fight your way out of this loop that you've been in, but it's not going to necessarily be in a positive way. Like the scale is going to tip one way or the other, and it's going to result in something bad. Even if it were to happen to land on like the hobbies and the recreational stuff, I think things might start to crash a little bit at the end of the year, which is a bit of a bummer. Generally, this card represents like great force in something, so it kind of seems like you're going to be able to like really force your way out, but there will be consequences. I can't say what those are, but there will be consequences. Ominous. Thank you, cards. Very cool. Thanks, man. Epic. Also, hello, Yuno, glasses woman is a very funny series of messages to receive. Thank you. Hello. Oh, Hanaki to you as well. Joy. I know, I'm sorry. Like, it's so messed up that the description literally says the same as the positive reading, but like on the negative end. And I was just like, what the hell? That's not very nice. What the freak? It's part of what I was thinking it was gonna be, but thank you all the same. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope that it's not too terrible, whatever ends up happening. And like, it's not inherently true. What the cards say can sometimes be super accurate, but it also can end up being totally wrong. In the end, they can only pick up vibes, and it is on me to try and interpret and channel the vibes through my understanding of the cards. $15 to slay the man. $15 to get absolutely slaughtered. The minute you started with Hermit, I chuckled. Oh, does the Hermit follow you around? Is that your, Spirit Arcana? Because mine is the Magician. I understand you. I get followed by the Magician and the Star a lot whenever I do, like, readings and stuff for myself. Feels pretty much like my sign lately. That's fair. I'm clearly Emperor. Really? You think you are Emperor? I mean, that's fine. If it's a card that follows you around, that's very valid. Then the damn loop. Oh no, that one must have hit close to home, huh? 24-hour streams after new model. I mean, I was joking about it a little bit before, but Pokemon does come out the same week that I debut, so odds of there being like long streams of me playing through the new Pokemon game with my new model and my new fancy overlays and all of that stuff, very likely. Ha ha ha. We might actually do that. You joke, but it might not be a joke. Far more than you could know. I give you head pats. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But yeah, I've already kind of been thinking about what's going to end up happening on debut week, but Onimon is going to be our farewell to 1.0. we'll celebrate all of the classics, all the highs and the lows, and then the next day will be the 2.0 debut, and then literally the day after that, I think that's the day ZA comes out. Does it come out the 15th or the 16th? I have to check again. Legends, Legends. Oh god, I have to move my phone. My tracking's gonna look a little funny. Legends, ZA. Release. The 16th, okay. So let me look at the calendar for October. I have to do some date checking. Okay, yeah, so 13th would be the final Onimon where we say goodbye to 1.0. The 14th would be 2.0 debut. The 15th would be 2.0 2.0. The 16th would be Pokemon ZA Endurance. Pokemon ZA, I cannot stop playing because I want to play Pokemon type shit. So that would probably last for all of Thursday, if not also into Friday. Welcome to hell. You can't get rid of me. But also, honestly, I'm probably going to want to stream a lot once I have my model debuted, because I'm gonna want to show off everything and I'm gonna want to use her all the time forever and ever and ever and ever. Can we have 1.0 Yuno if you're gonna be 2.0? No! She's mine! Kawaii gave me the IP, not you. Also, if you wanted to buy her off of me, it would cost way more than what I have earned to get to 2.0. It would cost way more, so nope. She's still mine. She's just going to be hanging out in the closet for a little bit. Yuno and her Chikorita baby, you know it. You know it. I will be loving my Chikorita so much. Maybe we'll even do some shiny hunting once that game comes out. I've kind of wanted to get into doing more shiny hunting streams, because what could be better for a girl who loves Pokemon than to just have Pokemon absently like running in the background while we grind for shinies and yap. I think that would be pretty fun and epic and cool and fun. Yuno Hanaki PokeTuber arc is coming. Then it'll be a Yunothon for 2.0 Puntable and 2.0 PhD? No. No, it will not. We're not getting a 2.0 for Puntable. Puntable is going to stay small and green gremlin forever. Mostly because there isn't really a reason to get a new Puntable. Especially with YouTube cracking down on all of the, like, age verification stuff. I really don't think there's a reason to focus too hard on Puntable. Puntable's probably going to be rendered, like, super, super, super side character core at this point. And then 2.0 for PhD is already going to be in the works, because one of the things that we earned in the original Unothon is a new chibi model. And the new chibi is basically going to be a new version of PhD. Also, I've said this before too, but the other outfit that I got for the 2.0 model, like base 2.0 design, that outfit is basically for PhD. It's very PhD coded. So PhD is also going to get like a full body, like adult type model. PhD's vibes anyway. Along with the new chibi still also being PhD core. I know exactly who I want to commission for the new chibi. It's just a matter of waiting for that to open up and making sure I have the money ready to get it. I know exactly what I'm going to get for the new chibi. I'm excited. Although that's still a little bit in the future. I want to get through base 2.0 first, and then I will focus on fulfilling all the other rewards. I'm so excited. I know I can't stop saying it. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I just didn't think we were going to hit it today, and it's still, like, kind of surreal. Kind of. Extremely surreal. I don't know what the hell is happening. I don't know where I am, I think. I'm barely aware. Wow! I'm so excited. Happy to hear happy Yuno noises, so go for it. I can't help it! I'm so excited! Yippee! We destroyed it? You did! You absolutely crushed it, and I'm so grateful. And it's just crazy. Like, I was definitely prepared to just have to, like, work super hard this week. And obviously, I'm still gonna. Don't take this as me saying, cool, now I can slack off, because I won't. It's just, like, it's nice to know that I don't have to be, like, sweaty about it. I was very nervous, about whether or not it was going to go well. Members know this. I kind of confided in members about how nervous I was. But I'm very happy that things have worked out, and I'm very happy that the 2.0 design that I have been ogling for months and months and months is finally gonna be real. Oh god, I almost teared up just saying that! Shut up! You know, Hanaki! Don't cry! Shut up! God. Anyway. But no, this has been in the works for so long! Nearly a year! And we're finally going to get to see her. And I'm gonna feel so happy and so comfortable in the new look. And I think you guys are really gonna like it. I know I've said that already, but I really do think you're gonna like it. I guess Burr thought you looked cold and needed new clothes. You look cold, sweetie. Get a new outfit. Honestly, kind of based if true. Kind of based and big if true. I'm so excited. Yay! I really have to try and get a hold of
Thank you so
Spiral
much.
soon so I can confirm payments and stuff. Oh, Mystery Tuki! Thank you very much for the $15 tip. Thank you. Hi, Yuno. Hi. Looks like work and I are gonna break up by the end of the year. Oh no! I want to know what my life will be like after that into 2026. My research stays with me, though. Okay. I am so sorry to hear that your work is gonna end at the end of the year. That's never good to hear or to think is going to happen. That's so stressful. I'm so sorry to hear that. Is okay, it's for the best. But still, I hope you're able to line something up. If they've been giving you ample notice, I hope that also means that they're going to help you with, like, references and stuff as you start applying for where you're going to go next. They better be doing that for you, points. If they're not, fight them for it. You deserve it. Terrible time to be out of work, though? Yeah, extremely terrible. Like, I do not wish no job upon anyone in this current economy. It's very scary out here. The fact that there's officially more unemployed people than there are available jobs, freaking yuck. Freaking icky, yucky, gross, dude. I have plans set up for what I want to do. They're kind of screwing me over, so I'm saying goodbye. You know what? Valid. As long as you've got a set plan and that you're not going to be in danger. That's good then. Frick 'em. Frick them. Okay. I'm shuffling the cards up. Give me a moment. Way to adult. Yeah, for sure. You should honestly be very proud. Shuffle away. Thank you. I'm very bad at shuffling, so this is gonna take a minute. I'm very bad at shuffling. Advocating for himself. Yeah, that can be very hard to do. I believe in you. I believe in the magic power of longer shuffles. Me with my bad shuffling, are you sure about that? Are you sure you want this? Someday I'll shuffle better. Not today, but someday I will. Someday, someday, someday. 1 hour shuffle? I am not shuffling for an hour. I think my hands would be mad at me by then. Okay. Yippee. Do that, and then go over here, and then like this. Okay, feels good. All right, what life will be like after post Jorb? I'm going to assume you mean this as a general reading, or do you want me to focus on career stuff? Can go either way. Just let me know. General prob? Okay, yeah, you got it. Maybe career? Your choice. Do you want to focus specifically on, like, your career future, or your just general 2026 future? I can answer both, but choose one. Choose. More on career? Okay, got it. Alright, so past. Upright Hermit again, interesting. The Hermit. Someone else with the Hermit Arcana. So as we said, treason, dissimulation, and corruption. I'm getting more so roguery. I think that there has been some issues of, like, trickery. There's been some trickery afoot, some schemery. Some schemes have been going on, perhaps within the field, within the job environment. Whether it's been done towards you or whether you've just kind of witnessed it happening. How did the cards know? Yeah. Something in the vibes. I saw roguery and I was like, I feel like this is more about roguery. At least that's what the cards are telling me. You were the victim? Oh god, okay, yeah. So then there was some trickery afoot at this job, and that environment was not very good. Resulted in things like corruption. I think corruption is still a big thing in this particular situation as well. Very not good. I don't know what else to say. I think the cards have kind of spilled it out. Free my boy. Free him, release him from the shackles. Okay. Present, we have reverse, 2 of Pentacles. Did we end up pulling the cards that Pyrrha got, but in a different style? Interesting. 2 of Pentacles. But this time it's reversed, so it is different. Like, I did shuffle. I did shuffle the cards, so, like... Hey. Let's see. Enforced gaiety, simulated enjoyment, handwriting, composition, letters of exchange. So I'm getting enforced gaiety. I think that means that it's been kind of like forced upon you to have that sort of like energy, like to like, it's like a forced positivity, perhaps to like cover up the roguery that's been happening behind the scenes. I think you've kind of been forced to like act happier in the job than you actually are. Definitely with simulated enjoyment as well. Something with like handwriting and letters. Have you been exchanging... Are you working on getting letters of recommendation from people at the job? Or is there something where like you've had to write letters to like appeal for a certain thing within this field? Because it kind of feels like that's the focus. Like the focus is on like the letters more so and like written communication with something. It feels like there's something involving formal documents that's coming up a lot. And then again, like I said, there's kind of been this feeling that you've had to like force yourself to feel more enjoyment at the job than you might have actually been feeling. So kind of getting this energy of like like you had to kind of pretend everything's okay. But it does definitely seem as if letters are going to be a big thing in the near future, as in the present. Present / near future. Goal smashed, congrats. Yeah, I'm very surprised. It happened offline, so I didn't even get a chance to like scream at you guys live. Sorry to rob you of that joy. But yeah, we did meet the goal, and we've exceeded it. That's basically what the rest of this week is gonna be. It's just gonna be looking at us exceeding it. And of course I have to talk to Spiral to ensure that I get the payment squared away soon. I'm so excited! Okay, I'm chill now. Alright, and then future. What about 2026? Upright Page of Cups! Let's go, Cups! Let's go, Cups! Cups are a really good thing to see for, like, future stuff. Let's go, Cups. I like to see Cups. We like to see that. Okay, so this represents a person that you're going to be well connected with. Someone who's going to be able to render a good service to you. Someone who's quite studious. They will be giving you a sort of a message that's going to be really positive. Encouraging things like application and reflection, and also things directed towards business. So because you asked a career-related question, it seems that someone is going to come to you with a business opportunity. Not business opportunity as in like one of those like shady deals, I don't think. I think they're actually going to be able to approach you and like give you a like some sort of connection to like a potential new job, or just like something else that you can do with your existing like skill set and like with your time. There's going to be a very key person that you're going to meet probably at the beginning of 2026 if I had to wager. And this person's going to have the connections that you need to help you like move forward. I get this card surprisingly often when it comes to career readings. Like there's usually like a key person that the person's gonna that the person asking the querent is going to be connected to, that's going to be able to offer some sort of help. So it's definitely saying like rely on others. There's going to be a very strong key person, probably a guy based on the overall energy of the card, but I can't tell you who specifically, just that there's going to be a very key person that's going to be like the catalyst to your career shift. Pyramid scheme. You're going to get in on the ground level with a business that will, you know. How do you feel about selling knives? How do you feel about selling knives? Don't trust that guy? Okay, noted. 07. But yeah, that's the reading. I hope that was able to help at least a little bit. I hope that that could help you. Whew. Puts me at ease for the future. Yeah, it looks pretty optimistic. Usually upright cups means good things. I feel like cups are a good quadrant of Arcana to get a pull for. They usually represent some sort of like richness or like your personal wealth, like your value as an individual. So, and then they often foresee. I forget the word I want to use, but they're pretty good about representing the future and like the value of a person. At least someone's as optimistic. Now. I know yours was negative this time around. There were a couple other positive ones. Swords feel like chaos. Swords usually represent like one's personal power, like one's ability to affect change. There's also a lot of things about like judgment and like authority a lot of the time, because like if you're holding the weapon, it kind of does put you in a position of power. Pentacles tends to be more about like internal like emotional intelligence and like wisdom, probably because of its ties to like magic and like holiness and things of that nature. And then wands is more about like social bonds and like social interactions. At least from what I have gathered so far, how my cards tend to present these to me, that's kind of what they tend to focus on most. Man, I'm sorry. It was just this one time. It be like that, unfortunately. But as I have said, disclaimer is just because I read something doesn't necessarily mean that's going to become the truth. Some of these things could be correct, some of these things could be completely off base. We won't know until later. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 100% accurate, no gimmicks. No! I didn't say this! Don't listen to these lies. I need to go refill my water. 1 second. My water is empty. And I'm thirsty. Huddle, huddle, huddle. I'm back. I needed that water, man. I have been so thirsty all night long. Heck, I probably even need more water again, but it's fine. The Yuno return alarm. Huddle, huddle, huddle. Wee woo, wee woo. Yuno's back. Everybody run. But yes, I'm back. Hello. I've got my water. The one thing about the tarot reading streams is that I do a lot of yapping. More so than usual. I feel it in my throat more easily because I'm yapping so much more than before. So I end up needing more water. Hi, back. A bit late, but yeah. That is true. I am back. Is me. Oh no, hiccups. Help. I'm free. Whew. I hate hiccups. They're so cursed. Seasons change, humidity dips, hydration breaks loom. I'm just always thirsty is the problem. I am a water lover, so I always crave more water. I just happen to need it more now. I just happen to need it. Tuskaru, please. This is nothing to Tuskaru over.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Okay, now that the important part is out of the way, how will my love life outlook be in 2026? Thank you, Tugi, for the second $15 tip. Of course, I will do a love reading for you. Let me shuffle my cards. I was actually just about to ask if anybody else was thinking about submitting more questions. Because if not, it was probably just going to become a little bit of a Zatsu, and then I was just gonna, like, call it in, like, 30 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't fully sold one way or the other, but that's funny. Should you get the worst luck? No, you'll be fine. I gotta shuffle these cards real good. Gotta shuffle these cards up real nicely. As best as I can, anyway. With my very bad shuffling skills. Don't want to even bother looking into the love future? Oh, don't say that. That's because you know it's gonna be positive, right? That's because you know you're gonna find the love of your life within the next few years and you're gonna end up very, very happy, right? Roguery looms again. Not the roguery. Not the roguery in the love life reading. I'm running out of time for love? No! You can find love at any age. I'm over 200. I'm still... Well, I'm not very optimistic, but, like, there's still time. There's still plenty of time. You're a young, spry youngster compared to me. You have time. You can't go saying that to us and then saying that. No, you don't understand. I'm a girl, it's different. You guys will succeed, I believe. I've gotten to know you over the couple of years that I have been streaming, and I feel like you are all decent men. You will find somebody someday. It just takes time. I know know it sucks to think that you might not find the one for you until you're very old, but finding love at any age is still valuable. You got Limbo? I do got Limbo. If no one else got me, I know Limbo Fitzgerald Bustafellows got me. Sorry, he actually does have a middle name. It's Scott. Limbo Scott Fitzgerald. Now, Scott. Don't laugh at him! He cannot control the middle name! It was his parents! Stop laughing at him! Evil! Evil, evil chat! Be nice! That's my man you're shitposting about! This is sick. I'm assuming it's from F. Scott Fitzgerald. Oh yeah, probably. More than likely. Get you a woman that defends you like Yuno defends Limbo Scott. It's true. Settle for nothing less. You need a woman that will go to bat for you. She will defend you in all of your dumbassery. That's the bare minimum. Didn't you say we were decent, now we are evil? I don't mean evil truly. You guys aren't evil. You can be evil to me, but you are not truly evil. Where's my girl like that at? You'll find her. It just takes time. Gonna have a whole lot to defend. No! Stop being so self-deprecating! Smacks you with a broom.
An offering. Thank you so much.
This is from my buddy Romram. Oh, okay, so this is for Romram, even though it was Tuki donating again. Hey, Yuno, I have a chance for a better work opportunity. I want to know if the chances are in my favor, and if so, will I be able to perform to the best of my skills? So, career question. I will get to it after Tuki's love reading, but thank you. Thank you also to Tuki for, offering the tip on Romram's part. That's very kind. There are that many Yuno on the seat? Yes. There are plenty of, well, I mean, I guess. I don't really think you should want a woman like me, though. I don't know if I'm really up to snuff. I think I'm just a girl. Why not? Have you seen me? Gestures vaguely. Have you seen me? That's a good place to start. What did bro mean by this? Trust me, I don't think I'm up to snuff at all. I would like to try. Are you sure about that? I'm sure there are a handful of other girls that would be more your type than me. I don't think I'm anybody's type. Step 1, girl. Alright, let's do the love check. Other girls? Yeah, plenty of other girls that are probably more likely to be you guys' type than me. What are those? True. Girls aren't real. I don't know what I'm talking about. Girls aren't real, including me. I'm not very real either. I'm not very real either. Okay. My type loves me, women optional. You know what? Hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Get it. Girl, guy in real life. What the hell? True. Alright. We're not real either. Take your pills, you know? No, I don't like my pills. I don't like my pills very much. Okay. Let's do this love reading. I don't want to put it off any longer. Past. Upright. 6 of Pentacles. We got some pentacles. 6 of them. Presents, gifts, gratification, attention, present prosperity. So in your past regarding your love life, it looks like it was very much the like gift giving type of relationship, gift giving and gift receiving. I think there was a lot of like gratification via physical materials. I think both of you kind of spoiled each other with a lot of like gifts and objects and trinkets. Present prosperity. So like things were really good in the moment with this person. I think that like the vibes were pretty good at the time. There seemed to be a little bit of focus on the physical goods and like on the gifts more so. But maybe gift giving was this person's love language. So there was a lot of focus on like the gifts that were given and received within this relationship. However it turned out. But that's kind of the big vibe that I'm getting here. And you received a lot of gratification from that. And they also felt gratified by, or they felt gratitude from the gifts that they received from you as well. Yuno's type, the guy that puts writer after wife, not because of memes, but because of alphabetical listing. I mean, can I say this? I mean, I'm indie, what's it matter? The last guy that I had a crush on was very much a grammar fanatic. That was one of the things that I was drawn to. It was also the fact that he knew a lot more words than me, so he was teaching me a lot of like words that I literally never heard before, and that was kind of awesome for me. That kind of made my heart skip a beat. A little bit nerdy, but that was the last time I felt that was like the last like dynamic I had with a guy where I felt like that kind of spark of attraction. It did not pan out. I'm still very single. BRB learning more grammar. Way to my heart is to teach me words and to have a bit of a pedantic streak with grammar like I do. At least you're not alone with us here. True. You think I butt meme, but I see you, Hanaki. I'm embarrassed. I don't like that I've been read for filth like this. I gotta go. My mom needs to pick me up. Okay. Present. Reverse 10 of Cups. Reverse 10 of Cups. An actual Yuno's type confirmed. Stop! Repose of the false heart, indignation, violence. Oh no, violence? Okay. So I feel like your recent attempts at love and like finding connection has kind of crashed and burned. It's kind of resulted in indignation both on your part and on the part of people you have approached, perhaps. And it's been like to the point of like very intense energy. Intense negative energy, I should say, because violence. Violence isn't necessarily always destructive, but I think in this instance there was just like a lot of like explosive emotions. I think things have been a little bit volatile in your love life leading up to now. It's been a little bit rough, I would say. I can't believe she crushed on Northern Lion. Isn't Northern Lion, like, a dad? I feel like I have vague memories of him doing something with his daughter on a stream. Like, they played, like, a game or something, and she was, like, super smart, and he was praising her for being super smart. Not that that would necessarily be a turnoff for me, but I think that's a sign that we are in a different age bracket. I am eternally 21. I don't think I'm in the right mental headspace to be able to keep up with a man who has a daughter. Even if I love kids. He is, as I thought. I think he's very funny. I don't think I've ever had a crush on him. You're 223? Yeah, and physically I'm eternally 21, which means my frontal lobe is never gonna develop. Have you ever thought about that? Just because I am old and I am wise beyond my mental years, my frontal lobe's never gonna develop because my body stopped aging at 21. I've got a 21-year-old's frontal cortex. You ever think about that? I am now no longer your type. Anyway, future. Future for this love reading. Upright Queen of Wands. Woo, Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. Taking notes, doesn't like balds. No. I literally don't care about the amount of hair on someone's head. I used to care about the hair length on a partner, but Onimama actually always used to tell me that I would probably stop caring about it at one point. Like once I was older, I would probably stop caring, and I was just like, "There's no way, bald's so icky." But no, she's right. I've literally gotten to a point where I'm just like, I don't care. You could be bald if you want, whatever. You could have short hair if you want. You could have long hair if you want. I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. Okay, Queen of Wands. Usually means things like love of money. Countrywoman, friendly, chaste, loving, and honorable. So I think this kind of means like, if the card beside her signifies a man, well, it doesn't really signify anything. There's like multiple people, like a happy family. Thoughts on guys with long hair? Yeah, I don't mind it. I actually think some guys with long hair can be quite attractive. But I think that about a lot of men, though. I'm honestly pretty open. Dating a family? Yeah, I don't really know how to read it, because the interpretation's different depending on whether the card represents like a masculine or feminine person. There's different readings. If it's a man, she'd be well disposed towards him. If a woman, she would be interested in the querent. But I think this is basically meant to say you're going to meet a very nice woman in the future who is very loving and honorable. But because there's like two people and like a family kind of vibe in the card before, I guess we could say that like both things are possible, where this person is going to be well disposed towards you and also interested in you. Because I don't know how else to read this. So we're gonna go with that. I think this basically is saying you are going to meet a very, very good person. The card kind of represents femininity, so more than likely a feminine person, but it just seems that there's someone in your future that's going to be very interested in you. So hold out hope, my guy. There is hope yet. Manifesting. Also, I did see it, but Extreme, thank you for the $15 tip. Hi, Yuno, can I get a love reading? Yes, I have a reading to do for Ram first, and then you will be right after. Large knowledge base, but lacks executive agency to apply it correctly, like a smart kitten. Yes, cat-coded. Stubborn, likes her routine, can totally hunt, but can't do this right there. I feel very called out by this. I gotta go. I think I need to get picked up. I gotta go. Guys, my dad's gotta pick me up. I gotta go. Too real. My lady about to be a grand one of a kind? Yeah, seems that way. Very, very strong feminine presence. This is a career reading. I gotta make sure I channel in career energy. The mystery dad. I get confused for a woman, it can be me. You know what? If you want that to be your love story, hell yeah. Love that for you. Me and one of my IRL best friends always used to say that we would, if there ever came a time where we were, feeling old and, like, we didn't want to keep, looking for relationships, we would just kind of marry each other for tax benefits. So honestly, if you feel like your time is coming and you really don't want to keep looking for love because you've been burned too many times, just marry your bestie. Get those tax benefits, bruh. Anime rom-com MC speedruns, so true. So real, so true. All right, career reading. Then love reading after. Up, 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 up. A little bit more shuffling. Oh god, it begins. I'm saying that because I just heard another loud slam against my bedroom wall. The neighbors have begun their, regularly scheduled freaking wall smacks. I don't know why they keep doing this. So noisy. No, slam neighbors, stop. Stop it. It's fine. It's early enough that I won't be as annoyed. It's when they do it at, like, the really obnoxious times that I get pissed off. I'm just like, can you not? But luckily, if it's at times like this, I'm just like, fine. I'm not going to bed until, like, midnight at the earliest anyway. We silence the neighbors for a tarot reading. Nah, I don't really think there's much I could do to silence them. Surprisingly, I never hear them, like, talking. I only ever hear it when they start doing that, like, whatever activity they do that makes them slam against the wall. Which I guess means that the walls are not thin enough that they can hear me talking to you guys, which is a win. I feel like I would have gotten questioned way beforehand if they heard me talking to you guys. Or they just think that I'm crazy and that I talk to myself every night. Sus wall slamming activity. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have said that their theory is that it's gotta be the spicy stuff. But I don't think so. Just the way I hear it moving all around the house, I just don't think it could be. But, like, I don't know. I don't know their lives. Imagine one yells out, Yuno, do a reading for me. If that happened, I'd have to move. I just recently renewed my lease, but, I think I'd have to move. Maybe they got some real heavy feet. It doesn't sound like it's against the floorboards. It specifically feels like they're like hitting the wall. I can't record the sound because my mic is on the opposite side of the room, but like, I know what it sounds like when people stomp on the floor because I've had neighbors that have done that before. But it really just sounds like they're hitting the walls with whatever they're doing. It's very strange and like interesting. Spider-Man and Tim's walks on the walls to get around. My neighbor is Spider-Man. All right, continue what you were doing. I wasn't familiar with your game. Because also, if Tom Holland Spider-Man is my neighbor, then that means Zendaya is also my neighbor, which just fulfills every fantasy I could ever have. So, W. Do you think it's like kids that are kicking the wall, like they sit upside down on the couch? Not the couch. I'm guessing because this is a room on the upper floor. I think the kid's bedroom is the room right next to mine. I've checked when I've gone outside to like take out the garbage before, and I think the curtains have like a floral pattern, which reminds me of like something that a kid would use. So it could definitely just be the kid like lashing out and hitting against the walls for whatever reason. But I feel like if it was a kid, and especially if they heard me like screaming or like cursing at stuff I'm doing on streams or whatever, I feel like they would have said something by now, like, hey, please don't curse, your room is right next to where my kids is. The landlord can't discriminate against them just because of their slam rituals. Well, I mentioned this the other day, but when I was re-signing my lease to renew it to stay here for longer, because I'm definitely in no condition to be able to move, one of the things that was on there said that when it comes to noise complaints, the landlords will not get involved with any disputes between tenants. We're just supposed to go right to the police with a noise complaint. And then if they are informed of any noise complaints that have been issued against tenants staying in one of their properties, the first time they'll issue a warning. The second time it will be grounds for lease termination. So there's that. Basically, unless I can resolve it peacefully between me and the neighbors, should I decide to do anything about this, I would have to go right to the police and file a noise complaint. But I don't really think it's that bad. It's definitely annoying, but, you know, I have dealt with worse. Me and Onimama stayed at this place for a very, very, very long time, so we've seen a lot of neighbors come in and out, and there have been some, interesting neighbors that have happened, that have moved in and have, moved out of this side of the, box. So that's fun and cool and interesting, in case that's some lore for you. Well, beans. Okay. Career reading for Ram Ram. Let me take a sip of water first, though. My voice is starting to get that frog croak to it again. That have happened should be the book title for Renter Stories. Things that have happened. Very true. Okay. Let's start the reading. Starting with past. So as a refresher, have a chance for a better work opportunity. I want to know if the chances are in my favor, and if so, will I be able to perform to the best of my skills? Alright, so starting with past, we have Queen of Swords. Let's see. Swords is further back. I never remember where anything is in this freaking booklet. Okay. Absence, mourning, separation. So, perhaps in the past you lost a job that you very much mourned. There was definitely like an absence of work, for lack of a better term. Things like mourning and separation are really sticking out to me. I think you had a job that you were like pretty attached to in the past that you had to kind of separate from. And I think it's been kind of difficult to move forward since then. Or like something happened that's made it difficult to move forward career-wise. It could have been something personal that had to take you away from work, or maybe something that got in the way of your schooling. But overall, there's like a loss. There's like a very profound sense of loss of something related to your career. And that ended up really impacting your experience going forward with your work life. Present, Queen of Pentacles. We've got another queen here. Very interesting. Opulence, generosity, security, magnificence. So it looks like this opportunity that you're being given is very, opulent. Like you said, we're already aware that it's lucrative. But the cards are basically hammering in like, hey, knock, knock, knock. Very lucrative opportunity here. They're being very generous. I think the cards are really trying to emphasize how big of an opportunity this would really be for you. How important it would be to secure it. The two queens being next to each other is very interesting. I feel like they're kind of like working together to kind of represent like loss and then leading into importance. It definitely seems like they want you to like know that this is a big deal. Like, you've lost a lot, but this is like a really big boon that you are about to gain, so you have to pay attention. Hey, good opportunity here, take it! Yeah, literally. They're really trying to, like, flash all the lights and point at it, like, hey, get this, do it. Dude gets dental, let's go, dental! Huge. And then for your future, we have upright 9 of Wands. So you've got a wand here. Specifically a 9, which is, strength in opposition. Right, I remember this card. Okay. If attacked, we'll meet the onslaught boldly. So basically, it's saying that you have the strength, even if you face adversity in your future regarding this, you're going to be able to succeed. You're specifically going to succeed because it was a struggle to get there. So based on your query, I think this is basically saying you are going to be able to perform at your best, but it is still going to be a challenge. I think you're going to be challenged in a way that's like appropriate to you and your existing skill set, and you're really going to get to prove yourself with like every tool that you have in your toolbox. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to succeed in a lot of ways, like whether it be something like projects getting delayed or suspended. You're going to be able to get through whatever the like heaviest of hardships regarding this position would be and like really show off your skills. So outlook good. Outlook good, I'd say. The cards were like, you have been dealt a pretty shitty hand from the beginning, but really good things are coming. You cannot give up this opportunity. You're going to be able to do it. I hope that helped. I also wish you luck, as the cards do. Now he can pay for our dinner dates. Let's go. Let's freaking go, dude. I will say it's scary how well you described me leaving the service. My cards know a lot. Whenever certain cards come up, I've kind of adapted to the style of reading where I look at the words that are tied to the card, and I kind of see which one, like, I feel a pull towards. Like, what I feel like the cards are trying to guide me to, and that's how I interpret, so... There's definitely some energy going on in the deck, and also within me, to be able to channel it. Your cards know a bit too much? Yeah, they do, and that's why they're very sassy. Usually, whenever I try to do a reading for myself, they call my ass out, and then they're really mean about it. And I'm just like, mind your business! Stop that! You don't have any reason to be so mean to me! Fricked up. Alright, so Extreme, your love reading is next. I am shuffling right now. How dare they? Yeah, for real, how dare they? Sick and also twisted. Very fricked up. You didn't listen when you told to what I told you last time? Imagine that. Literally, though, I think I have gotten a reading like that before. Like, I asked a question that was similar to one that I had asked previously, and they just like said the same thing as before, but louder. And I was just like, oi, I'm looking for different advice. By louder, I mean that they said the same thing, but like harsher. So I was just like, oi, change it up. But I don't usually ask questions about myself to my deck, not just because it's sassy and mean to me, but I also think that that can sometimes cloud the deck's ability to like see other things. When I shuffle, I'm like channeling energy related to the question into the cards, and when I do that for my own questions, I feel like that kind of like muddies the water a bit, and so it becomes a bit harder to like have the deck discern differences between my energy and that of like the questions I'm trying to put into it. So I try not to do readings for myself too often. If somebody else asks on my behalf, that's different, but I have to be careful with asking my own questions to the deck, just because I don't want it to lose its potency. Because if it does, I'd have to get a new deck. I'm not at the stage where I collect tarot decks yet, so that would be rough. I'm too attached to this deck. They were my first and they are my main. I don't think they are ready to retire yet. They're like, no, don't retire me, we're not old. Which is true. I think I got these in like 2022? Yeah, that sounds about right. We can ask a card reading on Yuno's love life if you'd like to, yeah. As much as they sass you love them, I do. I'm very attached. Those cards feel brand new knowing what they know about us. Well, like I said, I've purposefully avoided muddying their energy, so they're still very potent, I feel. The energy that I feed of you into them is still pretty new, all things considered. That's why your cards are so strong? Yeah. Yeah. I am pretty proud of them, even if they are very sassy, sarcastic little creatures. Gremlins, the lot of them. But they are very strong. I do feel pretty proud of what I am able to accomplish. Being as new to tarot reading as I am still. I still feel like I've managed to do a lot of cool stuff with it. Which is neat. Very neat, very epic, very cool. Okay. Shuffling. Not very well, as per usual. Ugh. Okay. This feels good. All right. All right, Extreme. Oh my god, my voice croaked a little bit there. Sip of water. Water, save me. Okay. Love reading. Starting with the past. Reverse Page of Swords. Swords. Alright, let's see. Page is over here. Authority, overseeing, vigilance, examination, and the qualities thereto belonging. So... Oh wait, no, my bad. That's the upright. This is reverse Page of Swords. The more evil side of these qualities. What is unforeseen, unprepared state, sickness. Okay. So I think perhaps the vibe that I'm getting from this is that you were feeling overly examined in a previous relationship. And perhaps this idea of love sickness. Love sickness not in the sense of like, oh, I'm so in love, it's making me sick. I think it's more like perhaps you dealt with someone who was like very infatuated with you, but it was not entirely reciprocated on your side. And I think it led to a lot of like over-examination and like scrutiny. Maybe even on both sides, but primarily like it felt like they were overanalyzing you and every little thing that you did. I'm getting this kind of vibe that there was some sort of like surveillance on either or both sides that was like happening in that relationship. It felt like you were being watched. Well, not literally, but in the sense of like they're paying attention to everything that you're doing and you kind of feel like you can't fully be yourself because they're overanalyzing everything you're doing. It feels like when it comes to relationships in the past, you have felt scrutinized. Maybe you felt like you can't be yourself because of that feeling. And it's kind of impacted your ability to find romance for that reason. Then we have the present, which is reverse 8 of Wands. Reverse 8. Arrows of jealousy, internal dispute, stingings of conscience, and quarrels. Okay, yeah, so that has since led to current state of affairs with relationships is there tend to be a lot of like little arguments. I think when you've tried to date, or perhaps if you have entered a couple of relationships in recent times, I think they kind of devolve into situations of like little bits of quarreling, maybe because of jealousy on your part or on theirs. Just disputes of any kind. I just think that there have been like issues with forming relationships because of these little arguments that eventually become a little too many. They kind of build up over time. And that comes from this past of like not really feeling like you can be yourself and feeling like every little thing you do is scrutinized. I think these two cards are working together to kind of imply that your relationships have felt like they are overanalyzing you, and so you can't be genuine, and then it puts you on the defensive. And that's usually not a good sign for relationships. You do not want to be with someone that makes you feel like you have to keep your guard up. The whole point of a relationship is that you're supposed to feel comfortable letting your guard down. Ideally. So definitely saying that these past relationships into the current state of affairs relationship-wise, it's not looking good. It's been hard for you to open up. You've felt kind of closed off, or like you have to close yourself off so that you can avoid that scrutiny. As for your future, we have 4 of Wands. So we're going from reverse 8 to upright 4. Country life, repose, harmony, prosperity. So there's 2 people kind of like cheersing with cups in the background while they are surrounded by the 4 of Wands. the 4 wands in question, like the 4 scepters. So to me, this means that, like, despite the issues that you have been facing with your relationships up to this point, you are going to eventually reach a point of, you know, repose and of harmony. I think you're going to be able to, like, find a person who can actually, like, match you where you are. The interesting thing about the 4 of wands is that the 2 wands are behind one person in the card and the other 2 are behind the other. So I think this is definitely implying, like, balance, like this idea of, like, sharing the weight of the wands. And I've mentioned before that wands tend to symbolize a lot of stuff with, like, social interaction and, like, bonds between people. I think that it's going to be a very equally balanced relationship that's in your future. You're going to find someone who you can actually trust, and they're going to be able to trust you. Everything's going to be mutually built, mutually beneficial. So despite the struggles that you're facing from your past and in your present, it does seem like you're going to find someone in the future who matches you where you are, is willing to meet you where you're at, and work hard to achieve proper harmony with you. Which in the end is what everybody should strive for. You should find someone who can help keep you balanced. That is what the cards say. Yay. Yay! I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you for the request. Thank all of you for the requests, honestly. I am very grateful. Yippee! Yippee! This reading was very well done, so thank you for it. Ah, shucks, I'm blushing. No, stop. Nah, shucks, don't even worry about it. It's always fun hearing readings. It's fun doing them. I am happy to do more. Yuno's actually the first person I've done this with. Really? I'm honored. Thank you for trusting me with that. Yippee, 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 yippee. I really like it. I think it's fun to do. I don't know if I'm particularly good at it. I feel like I am. But I hope that it's at least enjoyable to experience it alongside of me. I bring the homies to the good old Yuno Tarot nights. Thank you, I'm honored. I am trying to do them a little bit more often. If nothing else, it gives me things to think about and consider. True. That's my hope. Even if what I say isn't particularly accurate to your actual situation, I always hope that there's something you can pull from what I end up saying. I feel like there's always like a nugget of wisdom that you can still take away, even if I'm not 100% accurate with the cards.
Lights guide you back to me.
Bizzle Pickle, thank you for being a member for 21 months of the emote tier. Thank you. The only deck whose opinion I'm interested in. Aww. I'm shy. Thank you. Congrats on the funds. Thank you. Thank you. Wouldn't mind it every 3 to 4 months of the year. It gives time to refresh. True. I haven't really decided what frequency I want to do yet. I find it fun. I definitely wanted to do it this time, because I feel like there was a lot of excitement for it from the first time I did it, so I wanted to do it again. But maybe I will give it a bit of another break. I'm thinking maybe next time will be for January? Would you guys like start of 2026 readings? Or maybe I should do it in December so that we can predict what's going to happen in 2026. I don't know. Somewhere in there. I think the next one probably won't be until December or January. Basically. So, basically. December? I'll think about it. I will think about it. But I've definitely been between December and January. December is also Mialoon month. I know something you don't know. I have my secrets. Cross that bridge later. Yeah, definitely way later. But I still wanted to do one this week. We'll cross the bridge later, though. Mialoon month. Leak? Huh? What leak? What? No such thing on the Yuno Hanaki channel. A whoa? A whoa? I was just commenting on the fact that Mialoon anniversary happens to be in December. I just think, you know, I just think that's kind of neat. I just think that's kind of interesting. Cool, interesting. What funny. How interesting is that? Yeah. That's all. That's all I was saying. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you have more secrets? Oops. Oops. And earlier she was saying she was transparent. No, I literally said I am an open book with most things, but I tend to be secretive when it comes to projects because I like to surprise you guys. Which I think is kind of in contrast to how at least Kaya is. I think Lin is somewhere in the middle between us, but Kaya is the type who's like, I want to show you everything like the minute I'm able. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I want to keep it a secret until it's actually just time to show you the whole thing, and then you get to just scream at it the entire time. Yeah. Kaya needs plumbing. Is it plumbing because things are... Well, I guess you do also get plumbing for when things are leaking. But I was about to say, isn't plumbing usually for when stuff's clogged? A chicken nugget of wisdom. A chicken nugget! I had chicken nuggets at dinner. That was what I choked on when I got that notification. I was just like, what the heck? And then I choked on my nuggets. Crazy. Crazy life we live. Don't laugh at me! I had hot dog for lunch and ice cream for dinner. Well, that's not... Well, I guess I shouldn't judge. I've definitely had ice cream for dinner before. But I was about to say ice cream's not dinner. But no, I've literally done the same thing, so I don't have any ground to stand on for that. Ice cream for dinner is pretty epic. Even if it's bad for you. But I'm a sugar gremlin, so I can turn any amount of sugar into a sustainable meal. Girl dinner, girl dinner. I feel like I still eat like proper-ish meals, usually. I just also eat like a 10-year-old or younger, depending on your interpretation. Define proper-ish? I mean, you know, proper-ish. Proper-ish. I try to eat actual meals nowadays. Even if I only eat like one thing as part of the meal, like even if I only eat like a bowl of mac and cheese, for example, and I don't have anything else, I still count that as a decent meal. Because at least it's like a main dish of something. Same thing with like eating chicken nuggets. If it's just like a bunch of chicken nuggets and not much else, that's still like a meal. Know what I mean? Versus like making snack plates of just whatever I scavenge out of my kitchen like a little mouse. Started cutting out sugar as much as I can. Stop drinking soda. Well, that's good. I've never really drank a lot of soda, so I do not have that addiction. But I'm proud of you for being able to try and cut it out of your diet. I don't really think about cutting out other things though. I like food too much. I just try to be careful with like quantity and like portions, I guess. But I don't really like to overly care about my portions either. I'm just a girl. I try to eat intuitively, which means if I do feel hungry, I eat. And then I pay attention to how much I'm eating at that time, and then I kind of gauge it for the rest of the day. I went looking for a good old box of Kraft mac and cheese after owning one, and they didn't have any. No, that's awful. Fricked up. I hope you can find a good box of it soon. I do love a good mac and cheese. I had mac and cheese, yesterday for dinner. Yeah, I had mac and cheese for dinner yesterday. And applesauce. It was good. I love applesauce. I got a girl dinner, 300 calories, maybe 1 vitamin, should add a veggie, but I got 2 minutes. I mean, I think it's good. You just gotta make up for the loss of veggie by eating veggie tomorrow. Or maybe veggie for late night snack. Mac and cheese for me last week? Heck yeah, we are the mac and cheese squad. I love me a good mac and cheese. I eat mac and cheese like once a week, probably. Maybe even twice a week if I'm feeling crazy. I need to restock up on ramen. I still have some bulldog left, but I used the last of my noodle soup the end of last week. I order it in bulk. So that way I have a lot that lasts me for a long time. The last time I got ramen, I think, was in like February. So this batch lasted me a very long time. But it's going to be time to get another batch because as the weather gets colder, my desire for soup is going to go up like crazy. So I'm gonna need my stock of soup. Need my soup noodles. You lost your ice cream? Huh? Didn't you just have it for dinner? What do you mean you lost it? What do you mean you lost it? Where'd it go? What? Yumma mac and cheese, mac and cheese. So yummy. I do love mac and cheese. Better go find it. Better go catch it. I could never lose ice cream. I'm too attached to ice cream. It went into my mouth. Oh, I see. You're acting like a 5-year-old. I lost it. It went in my mouth and now it's gone. I lost it. Get more ice cream then. You're an adult. Just go put more in the bowl, dude. Mac and cheese, my beloved. True. Mac and cheese was one of my go-to meals as a kid as well. Big mac and cheese lover. No, I act like a 4-year-old. Oh, my mistake. I guess I thought that you act older than you actually are. Damn, sorry, dude. My bad. Check the freezer if a dry good is in there. The ice cream is in the canned goods cupboard. Some Damadashi haven't developed object permanence yet. They are just little balls of fire, unfortunately. Oh god, please don't bring back object permanence. You weren't here for that era, beep beeps, but there was a ongoing joke for several months in the beginning of the Yuno Hanaki channel's lifespan where everybody just acted like they didn't know what object permanence even was, so they just replaced it with a bunch of words that were not even close to what how you would say object permanence. So we're going to you're going to bring it back. Now that you've said it. Obstinate persimmons. Orange parents. Not again. Omnipotent. Well, you didn't spell omnipotent correctly, but I do get what you're trying to say. Omnipotent penmanship. Soup! Yeah, man. I also love soup. I scream about soup all the dang time. She summoned us, my persimmons! My oblong persimmons! Shaking my dang head, dude. But yeah, that was a core part of the Yuno Hanaki chat experience. They loved talking about how little object permanence they had. Listen, Benadryl Cucumber Patch isn't as funny as it used to be. I understand why they latched onto Omnipresent Promenade. True. I get what you mean. If shaking, why no wiggles? Okay, fine. I'll do it for emphasis. Shaking my dang head, dude. Shaking my head. Feel better now? Are you glad you got your wiggles? Everyone's like, yeah, wiggling! Is wife also shaking? Not really. The rigging on my legs just kind of makes it go up and down a little. It's not really shaking. My hips sway, but I don't think my thigh really shakes. Hold on, we have to check. We have to judge whether this is shaking. Let me stand up from my desk real quick. Yeah, it's more so in the hips. It's not really the legs. The legs just kind of like go up and down a little. Do your hips lie asking for a friend? I don't think so. I think they're pretty genuine, don't you? Hold it there. Yeah. I know what the people are after. You gotta enjoy your wiggles with them while you can. Not the camera. You know, got some nice legs. Have you never seen my legs before? I guess that's fair. This is one of the first handful of times I've seen you here, so I guess it's fair that you don't know what I look like. There's truth I believe in. Hell yeah. Take me to church. Something. But yeah, those are my the charm points. Besides the forehead, which you can't really see right now because I've got my work set up on. But I have my big forehead, and then I have my thighs. Because management was like, these are things we don't really see on VTubers usually. And I was just like, why did you give me a thigh tattoo? I never show my legs! Crazy. Are you on Twitch right now? Yes. I am also live over on Twitch. I think Twitch has seen my legs at least once in one of the other streams that I've done. I don't remember though. She shows wife once a week. I would say maybe more than once. Maybe like twice. Twice a week? Be the change, you know, Hanaki is the thigh VTuber. Yeah, you guys would like that. I just never show my upper half ever again. It's just my hips and my thighs. You guys would like that, wouldn't you? The absence of wife makes the heart grow fonder. True. That 2.0 is gonna go wild then, huh? I mean, I can say this because you were new, even though everybody else has heard it already. But my papa has directly confirmed to me that he's going to go more intense with the rigging, because this rig was done on a constrained budget. so the rigging was not at its max potential. To make a long story short, they asked for like a budget version of what he had initially planned to do for this model's rigging, because of budget reasons. So he still rigged it very well, I would say, considering this is a budget rig compared to what he usually does. But he has directly confirmed to me that because I am able to pay the full price, the rig that I'm going to get for 2.0 is going to be way more powerful. It's gonna be peak. Is the other thigh wife's goody two-shoes sister, and is she single? The other thigh is just a thigh. You can't claim that one in the same way. But yes, it is directly confirmed I'm going to be more powerful with the new rig that's coming. So once again, super grateful we were able to crush the goal for that. It's gonna look so good. I'm so excited. Spiral Papa, please go crazy. Thank you. You're so right. SLG Jenny Vlogs. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. Spiral, please rig her crazy style. Take the rig, go absolutely silly with it, go freaking bonkers. No, I'm so excited. I'm also really hoping once I message Spiral to confirm that I'm ready to make the next payment, I can't wait to see a whip. I hope there is a whip that I will be able to see soon. I'll probably scream and cry if there is one. Update on rigging, me literally just bawling my eyes out. I can have read today. Well, if you check the pinned messages over on Twitch, you can see that it is paid requests. So, for $15 sent via Stream Elements, you can get a reading. You can ask a question of any kind, or just for a general reading. But I'm not doing them free this time around, unfortunately. I mean, probably the next time I do this, I will do it for free, but not this time. I'm sorry. A whip? No, not like a whip is in like a whip and chain, but like a work in progress, WIP, abbreviated to whip. Going to put all his rig-gussy. I hate this. Thank you. Thanks. That's the worst. This is a Yuno Wiggles 1, and this is Yuno Thighs, Yuno Shy, Yuno Thighs. This is a Yuno Wiggles 2, and this is to go even further beyond. Insert Purple Girl 3. Very true. Purple Girl is going to go crazy, and I'm really excited to see her move. Why not include a whip? I don't have a whip! Stop! Calm down! I feel like I need to whack you guys with a newspaper rather than a whip. What the heck? Relax, guys. Holy. What do you mean? But you could? What? Just because I could doesn't mean I should. I think YouTube would kill me. I think Twitch would also kill me. Don't do that, Paid, like that. Oh yeah, are you built different? Crazy. Here's your new banhammer, my queen. Whack me first, actually just destroy me. I see you. I see you. Would accept a newspaper toggle if it includes the comic section. I whack you with the Dilbert comic. Short paper whip? No! I don't have a whip! Stop! Please, you're all so silly. I wish she did. Oi!
An offering. Thank you so much.
Oi! Oh, thank you so much for the $15 tip. I would like a general reading about romance, thank you. Okay. As you wish. One moment. Fan us then? No. Anyway, next fan art, Yuno will have a whip. Oh god. I mean, I can't tell you no. It doesn't actually bother me. I just don't understand why you guys are like this. Not Charlie Brown? Yeah, because it's not called Charlie Brown. It's called the Peanuts comics. Please, there's more than just Charles Brown in there. Due to the lack of abject repentance, the whip disappeared when it left her view. Shut up. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, man. In Pira's art I trust, true. Very epic, very based art. Alright, love reading. For someone who is anonymous, it's an anonymous donation. Thank you, though. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle. I just draw with the soul desires, and everyone knows our souls are connected by fate. Yes. Our souls are connected by fate. Our brain cell is connected by only having one between all of us, apparently. Time to see what's in store for love. Let's go! Crack of the whip fixes that problem. That's where the term whip smart comes from. That's what they want you to think. That's what you want me to think. Do, shuffle, 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 shuffle. Gonna get a love reading in here. Okay. Think a couple more of this. I'm so glad I don't ever plan to do hand cam for this, because if you saw how bad my shuffling actually was, I think everybody would just unsubscribe. I think everyone would just be like, this is level of girl failure I've never seen before, but it's literally just because I am not dexterous with my hands. I'm literally so undexterous that I just can't do it. I can't. I'm not strong enough. And I can tell you this because Onimama literally did try to teach me, and I just couldn't do it. I just don't have the right ability with my hands. It's that bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know if it's like god-awful terrible, but it's not good. Always had an automatic card shuffler as a result. I think these cards are too thick to fit in a card shuffler. I'd have to see if they have one for tarot cards, maybe. Anyway, I'm bad at it. No hand coordination. No dexterous. I'm not dexterous. You know how some people can be ambidextrous because they're able to do stuff with both their hands. I'm just not dexterous. I can't be dexterous with either hand. I'm no dexterous. Non-dexterous. Non-dexterous left beef or whatever. Anti-dexterous. Yeah, there we go. Anti-dexterous. I am the antithesis. Null dexterous? Yeah, null dexterous, none dexterous, anti-dexterous. Anyways. Bad. Alright. Putting down the cards as we speak. Alright, Anonymous. Here is your love reading. Okay. Starting with past. Reverse sun. Reverse sun. Memories of footy stream surface. Hey, my footy streams are more about hand-eye coordination. That part I'm fine. I'm just not actually dexterous with my hands. Okay, reverse sun. Material happiness, fortunate marriage, contentment. Okay. So in your past relationships, you were actually quite content. Things seem to be going pretty well. Because this is reverse sun, it's the same meaning as the upright, but in a lesser sense. So I would say, like, rather than things like marriage, I think you were just in, like, a content relationship. I think things were kind of comfy. Maybe they were at a point where it was so comfy that it was almost mundane in how it felt. But, like, vibes were good, pretty comfy. Like you were sitting in a warm, sunny spot. That kind of energy. As for your present, we have Upright High Priestess. High Priestess. Secrets, mystery, the future as yet unrevealed. The woman who interests the querent if male, and the querent if female. Because this is an anonymous person, I don't know how you identify, but those are the two options based on your gender. It can also represent things like silence and tenacity and wisdom. So I feel like this is definitely like a card of mystery. Your ability, that's not quite the right word. Your current love life is very much like big old question mark on it, which is probably why you're seeking guidance. The future hasn't been revealed. I think that that means that there's definitely something coming, but it's just unclear what it's going to be. But there's definitely like power in the silence, and I also think that there's like wisdom there. I think those are the two words we could take away from this. The vibe to me seems to rely more on like silence. More so, perhaps the future is a mystery because you've been quiet about feelings for somebody, or like someone just like in the general scheme of things. I think there's just been like a quiet approach to romance currently, and maybe that's why things are a mystery. And then for your future, it's Upright Hermit. 3 major arcana. That's pretty crazy. So Upright Hermit, this is our guy. We've seen him before. Prudence, dissimulation, corruption, and roguery. I think prudence is important. I think you need to be prudent with pursuing somebody. As was said, the High Priestess can represent either the querent or the person that the querent is interested in. And I think that the silence and the lack of like approaching this person, I think it's the cards are basically telling you that you kind of gotta make that move. You gotta take that step forward. You've been a little bit too comfortable before, and you have to take yourself out of that comfort zone if you want to pursue the person that you're interested in, or if you want to start pursuing other people. Again, it depends on your relation to the High Priestess based on what I said. But it seems like the general vibe is needing to step forward and like be prudent about it. You kind of gotta like take that step, the sooner the better. And hopefully, once you are able to break that silence and actually reach out to that person, things will work out. I think that's what the cards are trying to tell you. I hope that that could help, if even a little. Yay. Thank you for the request. Super appreciated. The scientific term is sinister for the opposite of dexterous? Really? I feel like you're lying. I have to look it up now. Opposite. This is hard to type with how far away my keyboard is. Of dexterous. I feel like you are lying to me. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, there is actually a term in etymology. Why sinister and dexterous go hand in hand. Granted, this is an article from 2019. Dexterous comes from the word for right, if I remember correctly, and sinister from the word for left. Really? That's actually crazy. I didn't know that at all. The 15th century English word sinistral was a not quite antonym to dexterous that meant unlucky. What the heck? That's kind of cool. I had no idea. Anyway, I am very sinister. I can't do a single freaking thing with my hands. Dexterous or rectus are right hand twists. Sinister is a left hand twist. Oh. Crazy. I didn't know that. I love learning new stuff. We should do another, what do you know stream sometime in the future-ish, because I love learning stuff from you guys. This is cool. I like learning new stuff. Neat. Okay. It is my bedtime. Have a good night, Yuno. Thank you! Thank you for stopping in. Funny enough, I was just about to say I should probably call it now, too. Tomorrow is my day off, and I have to get up early, to do some, fun activities. Yippee! I also want to see if I can catch, Spiral while he is awake, because I'm pretty sure it's an okay time where he is right now. So I should probably, see if I can get a hold of him and tell him I'm gonna be ready to make the payment this week. So, yippee, 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 yippee. I should go do that. I know a bunch of random stuff. I'll teach you about cars and the stars and many things in between. Heck yeah! I love learning about the stars. I don't know if I'll be able to internalize much information about cars, though. Unfortunately, my brain might not be able to latch on to that info, but I do like learning new stuff in general. That's the point of the What Do You Know streams. It's me getting you guys to info dump about stuff, and I get to try my best to learn. Chemically affects drugs can be in the drug name. Prilosec is omeprazole, RNS. Nexium is esomeprazole. S-omeprazole only, so left twist only. Oh, interesting. Medical terms. I'm doing my best to read them, but I'm just like, I don't know what any of this means. Just trying to remember how to read medicine from the times I had to read Onimama's medicine. And I'm just like, I don't know nothing. My head empty. It really do be like that. But yeah, okay. I do think I'm going to call this stream for tonight. I will see you guys again on Thursday, because like I said, tomorrow is my off day. I am going to be no work, no nothing. My brain is going to be off. I'm going to do some fun stuff. I'm going to recharge, and then we're going to come back on Thursday with another double stream day. It'll be Chrono Trigger in the morning, and then $1 1 sentence in the evening. So we're gonna get to write another silly story together. I hope you're looking forward to all of the chaos that is going to cause, because that's gonna get real goofy. The last time we did it, it got real goofy real quick. So it's probably going to be pretty funny once again. I loved the last one. Yeah, I really like how it turned out too. The only reason we're not going back to the original is because it's very production kawaii coded, and production kawaii is dead. So no use bringing that particular story back, but we can just start over, and then it gives us a chance to make a whole new thing. I will try to have like a base beginning setup, so that way when I start, I can just kind of start something and like have a baseline, and then we can take it in whatever direction from the initial starting point. I'll try to think of something. I don't know what it'll be yet, but I'll work on it. But then you guys will get to direct it from there. Copyrighted? Not so much copyrighted. It's more just like the IP is dead. I don't really see a point in trying to bring it back with the story. It's more fun to start over now anyway. I think it'll be good to start over too. We have so many new people who weren't here for a lot of the like initial lore of that story. I think that'll be more fun to start over since we have so many new people compared to before. So yeah, I hope you look forward to that. That will be on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday are going to be slightly different celebrations of the fact that we were able to raise the money for the rigging. But they will still be celebrations. They'll still be 12-hour streams. We'll have a lot of silly stuff going on. So I hope you are able to celebrate with me. Once again, I don't know if the person who donated the 1,300 happens to be here, but if you are, I'm super grateful to you. And I'm thankful to everybody who has contributed, of course, to the goal, because I was scared that I wasn't gonna make it. And to think that we made it early is still, like, very mind-boggling. I'm very happy. I feel very blessed. I know it's very funny to say as an Oni who is not able to, like, feel holy things or enter churches or what have you. But there's no other word for what I'm feeling than blessed. I'm very grateful to have you guys in my life. I'm very grateful that I have a community that has supported me this strongly, and I'm going to do my best to continue to be worthy of that support. The 2.0 debut is officially a go, and you guys are going to probably... I mean, I guess this is a minor leak, but I've mentioned this was going to probably happen before. You guys are probably going to see a trailer for 2.0 1st of October, if I had to guess. It depends on how quickly I'll be able to get my hands on the final rigging. But you'll probably get to see a trailer for the debut October 1st, and then I'm gonna do my best to promote and push and you know, take advantage of the fact that 2.0 is going to be able to put me back on the map for a little bit. I'm gonna try to promote myself as best I can and, you know, do more, because now that I will have this thing, I want to be able to do as much with it as I can. I hope you will support me in that, of course. But we still have to get through September. But it's gonna go by so fast. Considering I already have the next, like, 2-ish weeks kind of planned out already, I'm just like, oh god, once we're past these 2 weeks, it will be October. Scary. Scary, 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 scary. But also exciting. I hope you're able to feel how excited I am. I really want this to go well, and I'm gonna work hard to make it go well, and I want to be worthy of everything that you guys have given to me. So thank you for being able to be this kind to someone like me. Debut when? I mean, hi Tomoe Carmine, first of all. Second of all, October 14th is when I'm aiming for. I think everything will be done by then. Give or take. There's some things that might need a little bit more time, but... Oh, hey. Hi. We are your frenemies for a reason. True. This is the friend part of the frenemies. Carmoe Tomine. That's not her name. That's Tomoe Carmine. Next month? Yes. The rigging has been in process. I was just raising the money for the second payment, so it should be ready next month. Yes, it's gonna be part of, well, I'm gonna be celebrating my debut anniversary with it, basically. That's almost a month and change. That's almost a month, yeah. A month and a little extra. Everything's, like, progressing smoothly, so I think I should be able to do it by then. Soft confirmation, not entirely set in stone. But everyone I've been commissioning, I've been telling them to finish stuff by the 1st, so... by the 1st of October, I mean. So, I think it should be good. I'm pretty sure everything will be done by the beginning of October, and then I just gotta figure out if I can get everything together by the 14th, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to. There's a little bit of stuff I still have to, like, get into the proper pipeline, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I think we should be good to go. And I'm so excited and nervous and excited and nervous and excited. Pinging everyone involved October 1st. I'm gonna try. I want to, like I said, I really want to try and promote. I really want to try and, like, make it cool and fun and take advantage of this time and, like, utilize it properly, basically. A brief period of pre-debut, only to unveil 2.0 finally, after so long. Okay. But yeah, I'm really excited, is all I wanted to say. I probably will not be able to stop saying thank you to you guys over the course of this week, because this is still very surreal to me. I'm super, super grateful. Yeah. I'm gushing because I'm trying to prevent tears. No Oni cry. Only Oni hype. I'm fighting through it. I'm just like, don't do it. Why are you laughing, Topai Carmine? Crazy. She's laughing at me, chat. What the frick? Yippee! Yippee! Well, no, I'm very excited. It's been 84 hours since the last crumb. Yeah, you can live a little bit longer. Congrats, Lit. I'm not crying. I'm gonna be strong. I might cry during the 12-hour streams, probably. But right now I will not cry. I will be strong, girl. But yeah. That's that, I guess, for right now. But I'm going to call this a stream. And I will send you somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna send you yet. I'll figure it out. But yeah, you guys will see me again on Thursday for the next double stream day. But until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!